पाकिस्तान में पहली बार PUBG मोबाइल का जुनून पहुंचा है कॉलेज कैंपस पर। अपना स्क्वाड जमा करें और अपनी कैंपस की नुमाइंदगी करें। लड़िए अपने विकार के लिए। दाव पर हैं $30,000।
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, welcome back to PUBG Mobile Campus Championship Pakistan region. And this whole tournament is sponsored by Oppo F19 Pro. Power up a game. And my name is Ankit. Joining alongside me is once again my friend Shivansh. And after a break of 4 days, we all know that you have missed these all action, these tactics very badly. But no, just wait a minute. We are back with all the action for the day as the matches will pan out in a minute or so. But what are you feeling and what are your expectations, Shivansh? Because we have already saw Group A and Group D finishing up their 8 matches. Now is the time when Group B and Group C will go on head to head. And it's the time, it's the opportunity for them. Because as we all know, 4 opportunity for a day, this will be a thing that the most of teams that will be in cashing to make the most of.
Totally. And first of all, thanks a lot for this warm welcome, Ankit. And I'm really excited for the semi-finals because, as you just mentioned, 2 groups they already completed their 8 matches. Now these 2 groups they are going to play their other 4 respective matches. Let's see how these teams are going to perform. But the stakes are very high because they are fighting for that massive prize pool, $30,000. $30,000. Can you imagine? Just imagine you have $30,000 in front of you. Just imagine, okay? Because you're not playing, you're just casting.
That's still quite far away because I haven't still participated in the tournament. But yes, these teams have participated, and just because of that, we have seen some action spanning out in the way that we never expected of. And as you just mentioned, Shivan, the prize pool, the everything, the stake, the bragging rights, the iconic fight, just because of that, all the teammates and all the players are fighting for. This is the moment. The 30,000 prize pool is on a TV screen, and the first place, that's the total prize pool, of course, but the first place gets a massive amount of $10,000. And talk about this at this grassroots level with this magnificent and tremendous amount of prize pool, it becomes actually important not just to showcase a performance. Obviously, you will be getting to add more and more dollars in your bag.
Obviously, everyone loves money as well as the title of the PUBG Mobile Campus Championship for the Pakistan region. This is season 1. So if you're going to win the game, if you're going to place at the first position, you're going to get the title as well as the $10,000 in your bag. And I know you're going to buy some UC, going to spend it in PUBG Mobile, going to get some one of the best outfits as well as some gun skins. But right now, let's get back to the topic, and that is how these teams are going to perform, because we have again the 4 maps lined up for you. But before that, let's have a look at the point system. If you're going to get chicken dinner, you get 15 standard point system. Second position 12, third 10, then it drops down to 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. But the twist is, if you're going to finish at the third and 16th position, you're going to get 0 placement points. So you have to be careful that you're going to secure at least 2 to 3 kill points if you're going to get eliminated at 13th position.
I mean, yeah, this same point system has been throughout the series, throughout the tournament. Eventually, we talk about the previous tournament that have been played. If we talk about the PMPL and all, so this is a standard point system, and same has been followed in the different region in the campus championship that are being played. And we talk about the Pakistan region. So teams and players are acclimatized to these point systems, and they are used to this. So they are quite familiar to this. If I would have to say that. Moreover, that 1 kill point is what I look at the most, because in every game you just cannot go for that 15 or 12 placement points. If you also get 6 to 8 placement points, and even if you get that important kill points, you have a good number for it for your team as well. But let's head towards the squad roster for Group B. X Generation, Rules Breakers, the Slayers, and the Youngsters, followed by NFPxSky Esports, Renegades, Portal Esports, RZx7E again. What are your expectations from all these teams from Group B? Because we have seen them performing again better and better.
Yeah, you know what? They already have a lot of experience now. They were playing the group stages. They also played the quarterfinals. Now they are in the semi-finals, competing against one of the best teams in the Pakistan region, as well as showcasing their best talent on this platform. But right now, we talk about the other teams of Group C. We have the team Qwerty, RZx7E, team STDX, Arkadians, team TES, Black team, which FTFxESPORTS, team 69 Havas's. As I just mentioned, that There are some teams who have a lot of experience that they were showcasing the same thing. If we talk about the overall ranking, Team Bubble, they are just leading the charge with 129 points. On the second position, we have Team Qwerty. But the twist is, Team Qwerty as well as Team the Slayers, they just played only 4 matches but still secured a very, very awesome position in the first page of overall ranking. So that is something important, right? If you have the experience, you have to showcase that thing. If your individual gameplay is good, your team play has to be on top.
It will be, and we have seen if the teammates, if individual plays according to the performance, and if they actually top notch the performance, the team is bound to get a good of total points. We'll talk about it later, but let's head towards the schedule for the day. The game 1 will be on Erangel, followed by game 2, and the game 3 that will be the 2 off maps, the only Sanhok and the only Miramar. But again, the end of the day, it ends well with the Erangel. So all in all, a total of 4 matches in a day, a total of 4 opportunities, and 4 3 different maps, and obviously a reputation of Erangel at the start and at the end of the day. That actually sums up the team. But we were talking about the players, the teams that were actually showcasing them. So Team Qwerty, the teams and the team players, the team that has actually just played 4 matches but still in that top 3 and top 4 of the ranking of the total overall chart. And I'll be more interested to see, because once the group B and group C comes into action, the Slayers and Qwerty will go on head to head, and then it will be a contestation for the first spot, and it will be a hell of a performance from both those sides. But before that, let's head with the overall ranking. We just saw Team Bablu topping the chart, but on the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th positions, we already see some of the teams from the group A and group D. But STDX, Portal Esports, these are the teams that might be looking to notch the performance in the today's game.
And you know what? The teams STDX, Portal Esports, they secured 1 second dinner for themselves. That's why they are the second phase of the overall ranking. Now things will get interesting here, because now we are witnessing the third phase of the overall ranking, because only and only top 16 will qualify for the grand finals of PUBG Mobile Pakistan, PUBG Mobile Campus Championship Pakistan Region Season 1. So you have to be consistent. Consistency is the key, right? Teams like Arkadians, Black Teams, RZx7E Renegades, X-Generation, Youngsters, FTE and FTFxESPORTS, these teams are struggling at this point.
So 25 to 32, they just have played 8 or 4 matches, except Team FT that will not be playing today. Youngsters, Renegades, RZx, Arkadians, how can you forget these teams? We saw that iconic match from the side of Arkadians on the map of Sanhok, if you remember, 38 total points, in which they secured a massive amount of close to 16-18 kills, and that was the showcase performance, if I have to say, from the sides of Arkadians throughout the tournament. If they today have to rise from the ashes, they have to perform in the same stint.
You know what? Now the interesting part is, Ankit, teams, they already know where they are going to drop, where the other teams are going to drop, where other players are going to drop down, and from which location they are going to start rotating, right? Now,
Exactly.
if you're going to focus on those type of stuff, you're going to cancel out those rotations. You can collect some kills, but it has to be so precise. Otherwise, you could be on the receiving edge too. If we talk about the third match of the day 2 of the quarterfinals, right? There's one team I forgot. I think so. It was Renegades. They caught off guard in the Sanhok map near the Paradise Resort. At that moment, I thought that they are going to face elimination. But no, they survived. They know how to survive in those crucial times. So you have to do the same thing. If you got stuck in a compound, if you got stuck in a situation, you should have a backup plan, so that you can get out of that location, you can get out of that position, and then came up with an awesome answer.
I mean, every time you just cannot expect the same thing to pan out in the same direction. Obviously, you will have to have the second plan, or what you call the plan B, or maybe plan C, and accordingly you have to perform, because you may not just expect what other teams may be coming up at you, how hard they are going to strike you, because as you just mentioned, now when they have played so much of the game, we have seen them from the qualifying stage right towards the quarterfinal, now the semi-final. So they must have to have some strategy built onto something that just need to actually help them in a way or the other. But for now, it seems that it can be a day for Arcadians, because Kazan, Camo and Gambler, we have seen these players performing time and again. I just want all these teams on the fourth half of the chart from 25 to 32 to play in their best notch performance. And for now, it seems that they have dropped onto the area of Gatka. This is a good area to loot for, but obviously you don't get much of loot if we have to talk about the other 3 or 4 players. But what I saw from the looks of it, it seems that the Arcadians have just joined with the 4-man roster, and already I can see one player that is from the side of RZx clone, very close to the players of Arcadian, that is of Gambler.
And you know what? One thing, okay, Ankit, I just want to clear that out. That right now, Arcadians, they are the one who are playing with a 3-man lineup. So this is not an ideal situation. Despite of the fact freestyle, they were also playing with a 3-man lineup, but still they situated them at a good position. They are on the first page of the leaderboard. They are on the 6th position, if I'm not wrong. So if you are playing with the 3-man lineup, you know the consequences. You know the outcomes, so you are prepared for that. But at this position, if we talk about Gambler, the way Gambler is playing, he is a bit passive because he spotted down one player of RZx and he know that there are other player of this particular team. He has to survive for his team. He has to survive for his own self.
Exactly, he has to, because Arcadians still haven't been able to showcase the performance as they are known for, because again they have faltered. They have qualified for now, big, but in the 4 matches they haven't looked on that top-notch performance, and they have been caught off guard many a times. But for now, it seems that the players on the side of Arcadians are now just going for that aggressive stance, because Kazan, with the help of Gambler and the other teammates, are just trying to push towards the players of
Oh,
RZx. But Clone, with that TPP angle, can put some detrimental damage. But it seems that the rest of the players from
oh,
RZx have fallen back. But just wait and watch what these R fights gonna pan out one way or the other.
you know what? That jump, it was risky because you know what? He got spotted down. He got spotted out with a gap. That was a gap in that window area. So he has a mutant, but mutant is not an ideal gun if you want to take a 1v1 fight. Yeah, the damage is awesome. But you know what? Awesome is not the perfect word you have to use in a fight. The word is demolishing, right? That's the perfect word. So Arcadians, they somehow managed to knock out one player, but could not able to kill him, could not able to secure the kill. Now we can see that KMD, he's in the back lines, backup is here, he has a vehicle, he's going to help his teammate, but Clone, he is still surviving. He's slowly and steadily bleeding out. The players of RZx, they are just watching his teammate dying. They know they have to do something, but the thing is, they are so far away from their teammate.
He is actually, and Clone has been till now given a very good cover from the backhand side, and the place at which he has been knocked down, it actually is tough from the sides of Arcadian. And if they go for a finishing off attitude right now, they might face an equal trade from their side. But look at that, Shoaib, with the help of Buggy, he has made a slam in straight onto this compound, but he has to be very much careful because Gambler has just made a fall from the compound, and just for a moment, it seemed to me that he could have been caught off guard. Shoaib, he is already on very low HP, and Arcadians, they are back into the game. They have secured 1 kill, have already pinched on one more player. Shoaib already down, and this all is on the shoulders of RZx. 2 players, and that is Bunny and SGGG up against the players of Arcadians, that is of KMD, Kazan, and Gambler. What a push that already has gone against the player of Zero. So this is a push that the teams actually don't want to go in their side, but it was actually a desperate move, Shivansh, if I have to say that, because he might be asking to get himself saved, and in that situation, one more player lost in that cause.
Yeah, you know what? As I just mentioned, the distance fact is it is always gonna haunt you, right? If you got knocked out, you're gonna call out. You're gonna give the call out to your teammate. Come on, bro, revive me. They know that this is dangerous. They know that it could go either ways. But sometimes due to the manpower, due to the human response, due to the brain response, they got forced to revive the teammate, and that at that point, Arcadians know that they are going to use that as a weak point against Zero X, and they executed that perfectly. They secured 2 kills. You know what, Ankit? Now it's a win-win situation for Arcadians.
Yeah.
They eliminated 2 players of Team Zero X. Zero X brought down only 2 players, right? Bunny and SGG. Now they are forced, they are literally forced to stay inside that particular compound until unless they find a way to run away or to disengage from that particular
Also,
fight.
also, I would like to bring one thing on the table is that look at the teams and the players from TES, RB, the Rules Breaker, and the BE. Already on the same angle, already on the same side. And the bigger question for the players from the sides of Zero X will be with this survival of 2 players, how will be they making an entry into zone? Because on the western side, I can already see on the area of Pochinki, where the edge of the circle is now persisting. The players from the sides of the team slayers are already being positioned. So only thing I can expect from their side and want them to execute is to make a late rotation, just not to find themselves in a very big cause. Because if they go with the 2 players in any situation, they might just be thrown out away from this match in a very early situation.
And you know what? They don't have to. They don't want that situation. They don't want that thing happening to them. Now, for that, you have to be careful. But look at the position of the players from RBN. I think so. They are so far away from the safe zone, taking a lot of kind of a lot of blue zone damage, consistent amount of damage onto them. So you have to use those health utilities in the early stages of the match. Now, if we talk about the players of Qwerty Esports near the Meta area, that is one of the best area you can hold on in. But I think so. If we talk about the circle, if we talk about the the predictions, circle, it is going to take a centralized shift, which is very common. You can sometimes you can predict the circle so perfectly, but predicting the circle and holding a good compound in a circle, they are two different things. So you can focus on only one thing. You can't focus two things at the same time, right?
It is actually, man. If you are in a circle, it is your honors, it is your responsibility, not just only be in the circle, but challenges will be possessed on you again and again. Because if you are having your eye onto the same compounds, other players and other teams are in the lobby to have their eye on. But look at that, the circle, an extreme eastern shift with the close to 25% of the total area making a closure to the water body. The players from the sides of Team Qwerty are in the center, dead smack center towards the area of shelter and so. But we have to still wait how these players make a go. But till now, we haven't seen any skirmish apart from the players from Zero X and Arkadians making a fight. But we just saw NFP just trying to loot that exclusive drop that you get, and beast weapon, if you have to say a groza into that, it will be a cherry on the top if they just try to execute the way they are trying to do.
To be honest, I love that. You know what? I love to talk about this thing. That you know what? In my personal opinion, literally demon pods that gun. If you have Groza in a close range fight, you can win that fight so easily. As well as if you have a suppressor attached on that Groza, you got brought down. You spotted down one, two, three, four, a whole squad. You can literally take down a squad in a single spray if your aim is so precise, if your aim is so good. But now, Ankit, let's talk about this team, Team Wood, right? He just dropped down near the Lipovka area. We know Lipovka, that area is still inside the safe zone, but they just move away from that area, moving towards shelter area. Now, it shows that they're gonna take some fights. They are bloodthirsty. They are going to take some fights, but the question
Yeah.
is, when?
The exactly the same question actually looms in my mind and hovers in my mind, because in the 4 matches that Qwerty has actually played, they have pooled a massive of total points, and today will be a challenge that will be possessed already onto them, and it will they are maybe feeling the pressure, because teams here have come with their own strategy, teams here have come with their own tactical advantage, if we have to say that. And how Team Qwerty is going to respond, that is still a question, that is still a challenge that will be possessed, number one. And number two, that how will they react, because we have seen them playing the 4 matches that they have did, and I'm sure that the same excitement still looms in your mind too.
And you know what? The same experience. So now the question revolves around our mind that how Team Qwerty managed to secure another chicken dinner in any map, right? These are some unpredictable stuff. You'll never know what is going to happen in future, right? But sometimes if you are God, if you're like Ocean Sharma, if you're a prediction god, you can predict those stuff, right? Now we're talking about predictions. FTF, they know they not predicted that. They swatted down the players of STDX, and come on, Lala. If he could have, just connect one more shot, he'll get to knock. But the good thing is he dished out significant amount of damage onto the players of SDF
Oh.
and Alpha. Wow, that's a perfect answer. If you're gonna dish out some amount of damage onto us, we're gonna knock you down. That's our answer. That's how you play.
Exactly, and that was an answer from the sides of STDX, a spray coming out from the sides of STDX players. Alpha, Serious, Sparks again, a team that is playing with three-man roster, and now most of the teams, most of the players have been settled, even if they are playing with the three-man roster. This is a thing that they are doing and again and again. But circle shift going away from the sides of Team Qwerty, this will be now a trickier situation for them, because the way they will be moving forward, if they make a rotation from the sides of from the northern sides of Lipovka and straight from the northern sides of Yasnaya Polyana, it might be a situation there may not find themselves in a fight or so. But if they make a rotation from the southwestern side or eastern side, look at the cluster and the congestion that has already been developed, and Black Demons sitting in the dead smack center. This can be a game for them. Maybe they can pick some of the kills. We have to still wait for that. But again, look at this Tyro with just two players making rotation. Bunny, SGG. So losing players in the very first of the game, none of the team actually wants and demands for. But then again, this is a game of uncertainty again, if we have to say that.
Yeah, true. I totally agree with the point. And now, you know what? They have to focus on those placement points. That is their first priority. Meanwhile, we can see the players from this slaying down civilians onto the opponent. Somehow managed to secure one kill. Right now, beating. Oh, Destroyer! This is a risky move. This is a risky move, and he is very close to the players of Team NFP. Rahman just gonna punish him, gonna take him down. Team Qwerty lost one player, and that player, they lost Destroyer, one of the most important player. Oh, Team Qwerty. Only Wolverine is the last one surviving for their side.
Exactly. Exactly. Just now we just saw Destroyer. His buggy just got punctured, and just because his movement was paralyzed, he didn't have any other option. Because from the southern side, from the backhand side, some other teams will trying to make a spray, and the way the place at where his vehicle actually got paralyzed, there was a player, there was a team of NFP, and we are looking onto them, and he had no other option eventually to find themselves away from their side. And just because of that, we just saw Team Qwerty already three players being eliminated, just surviving on the sole player. So this is a game of uncertainty. What and which team can showcase their performance in any match, and which team may falter out, it's hard and it's impossible to say.
True, but meanwhile, Arkadians, they are against Team G69. Okay, so they knocked out one player, Gambler. He has an UMP, already secured 2 kills. Cousin is fighting over KMP Sport to secure that kill. Very close to that player, and I think so. The elimination is gonna be there because he is slowly and steadily bleeding out. Goldie somehow managed to stop the aggression. Somehow managed to, dish out some damage with his Mini 14 as well as an 8x attached onto it. But for how long? You are out in the open. That's not a good situation. KMD still waiting for that perfect opportunity. Now, the thing is, they are literally delaying those eliminations, right? If any team decided to steal that kill, they could have done that earlier. But I can't see a single team in the same vicinity due to the 4th circle. If this could be the 5th or the 6th circle, it might possible the Arcadians the kill has pretty spray and Loma. You know what? Stake and exit to the lobby. That's the answer from the side of things.
He did. So this is a strategy in this day of Arcadian. So I'm impressed with the way these lads are actually panning out the game, because they are just not overextending themselves. All I could say, they are just picking off the random players who are being caught in the rotation. We just saw Arkadians picking one player from the side of G69, and with the help of TPP angle, the broken wall, they have already picked one more player from the sides of rules breaker we just saw. So this is a strategy that is actually going into their favor. We have to still wait for that, because there will be a moment where they'll have to take the fight, maybe 3v4, maybe 3v3, and then how they will make an execution, this will be a thing to talk about. But for now, it's on the players of TES. Team TES is feeling the heat, because STDX with two players are marching towards the player as Alpha without any helmet. We can see already onto his head, he has no helmet whatsoever.
You know what? He has courageous to take some fights, and that's why he knocked out one player. Alpha going to finish him off instantly. Now, the thing is, Team STDX, they lost one player, but still secured 2 kills. Now, that's a good exchange from their side. I love to call that an exchange. But look at this, FTF. They are gonna conquer that compound. Team T is not looking that strong, so as the players of Team STDX. Now the thing is, you're gonna ask me one question. That is, Shivansh, they have that one compound into their favor, but for how long? Because now you're gonna face a team who has all the 4 players alive, and you are just brought down to only 2 players. Things are not that easy for you, and we can see that lovely he received a lot of damage, and spicy for you gonna knock him down.
Multiple windows, this is what this compound offers you. So multiple windows, there is an option for you to peek and shoot on the players, but that also invites that utility is being thrown onto you, and just because of that, TES were feeling the heat. FTF from the backhand side just made a push, but let's head toward the fight that is actually happening onto the area of Mansion. The players from the sides of Black Demon, 2 players already being eliminated. They are also on the verge of being eliminated, because from the sides of Rule Breakers, players are pincering them down. And you just mentioned these facts, that holding compound, having a compound in your bag, in your hand, is one thing, and holding it for a long is another, because most of the players, most of the teams will be challenging you and again, and we are already seeing these things happening. A moment back we saw to the area from the southern side of Mansion where players were pincered down. Now is the team where the place where Black Demons are being really facing the heat.
Oh yeah, and the interesting fact is, we still have. Oh, come on, Rafi.
Oh,
man. To be honest, that was a troublesome situation for him, because
1v4.
And yeah, they already take down good hold of this compound. Black Demons take an exit from the lobby, got eliminated at 15 position. Now we just brought down to only 14 teams. Teams are losing those individuals. Some teams got eliminated, but Renegades, you know what? Before the pre-game segment, we were having a conversation, and you told me that Renegades, they are gonna play very well in this Erangel map, and we are witnessing the same thing. They secure 3 kills, but Teddy, he got knocked out.
Yep, 3 players still standing on the feet. Teddy, he just needs the revival, and then the fight will be on an even front, because already if you are 4 men strong with that gun power that Renegades are having, and with that confidence, because I would still say the game is in the mid stage, and 3 kills already onto the name, making an entry from the southern side. They are being denied, but for how long? Because just a moment back, we saw this compound being contested by the side of Black Demons. They were being eliminated. Now is the time when Renegades will be making a huge pressure, and RZx7E Esports will be facing the heat. But this will be an even fight, unlikely what happened with the players of Black Demons. But now it seems the players on the sides of Renegades are making a rotation. I would say this is a wise decision, but 2 players in 2 different directions, can this be a move that can go against them? Because look at the players that are already prone into this open circle, as Circle making a southwestern hard shift, and man oh man, Shivansh, 2 to 3 hard shift already onto the game.
You know what? As an open circle, your heads as well as your waist is also open, because you're going to receive a lot of damage from every single area, from every single direction, from every single angle. Right now, you're going to survive that just the way Halsey is doing. He knocked out 1 player from Youngsters. Youngsters, I think so, only 1 player survived from that particular team. team, and yeah, he is literally trying his level best to move inside the circle. I don't think so that he has a vehicle so that he can move inside the circle. RNG, Teddy, Renegades, they are also losing some of the players. 0x take an exit at 12 position. Captain, slow down one vehicle of the players of NFPxSky and secure that kill. The Slayers only secured only 2 kills. Lost one player, but still doing good.
So look at that on the right hand of the screen. Teams like PES, NFP, STDX, PEX, G69, youngsters, all these teams are just surviving on solo players. So we can imagine the deadly game, the situation that has already happened in the mid stage of the game, and just because of that, mostly many of the teams apart from the side of RZx or Renegades or Arkadians, most of the teams are down to just 2 or 1 man.
And yep, just because of that, you have to be careful. You know what? You have to use those utilities perfectly so that you can survive till long. But survival till the end, that's not the case for TeamTES and Rishid, because they take an exit at the 9 position, just brought down to the 8 teams. Instantly, a Thanos snap came into the lobby, half the lobby take an exit. Now it's just brought down to only 8 teams. Now the main thing is Team FTF. They are really strong. They are looking 3 men strong. Secured 4 kills. Just spraying down some random shots. But you know what? Bursting down those tires is also part of the plan.
It is actually, and we already saw, you just talked about the boosting of tires. We saw how Destroyer, I guess, from the side of Qwerty was eliminated because he had no other option but to make a slam in onto the compound, because the way he was paralyzed with that buggy, he had no other option. And out in desperation, utter desperation, he had to make a slam in, and just because of that, he was eliminated. We have already seen Qwerty going down, but no, it's the time. Now is the time when G69 goes down as FTF 6 kills already onto the game. They have not just only eliminated one team, they will making a safe entry into the circle.
You know what, Ankit, we were mentioning the same stuff in before the pre-game segment, that these team FTF, Renegades, as well as team G69, their location collides, their rotation collides, and these witness the same thing. At this position, RZx7E, one player from that particular team, just doing a heal battle. I don't think so that he can survive for too long, because the blue zone damage, it is going to, you know what, it is going to tease you. It is going to dish out a lot of damage onto you. Survival stakes for you is going to be a little bit difficult for you, and that's why NFPxSky taking it at 6th position. Only 5 teams alive in the lobby. Renegades doing pretty good. So as the players of FTF secured 7 and 6 kills respectively. In a minute or 2.
Exactly, and look at this on the live rank standing. I can already see Arkadians. They joined the lobby 3 men strong. After surviving 24 minutes 9 seconds, they are still 3 men strong. But guess what? The thing that they have done differently is that they have took 7 kills in this match. So now is the time when they are looking in a different touch, in a different gameplay, in a different ball game altogether. And this is a strategy that can also go into the favor. Look at that. The only team holding that compound, if you have to say that, the small shacks, the wooden, the broken walls that you can say, that they can possess some really tough challenge to the player that are standing already onto the number. Renegades, 7 kills, 3 players still standing. They also have a very good chances. So I wanted all these teams showcase a performance, and for me, to be very honest, Shivan, this is a delight to me.
Oh yeah, and you know what? Here's the cherry on top. The Slayers take an exit out of the spotted down another player using his GPA 28. Come on, he could have taken that one player, but Arkadians, he got knocked out. Arkadians not looking that strong. Oh, from the other side, Sadie got taken down. Kaiser just healing himself up. He already secured 5 kills. He's in West. It is 99% damage. He needs a fresh vest so that he can take a fresh fight. But at this position, surviving is the best thing. But that's not the case for him, because Spicy for you.
FTF from the right hand side have made a decent amount of damage, but now caught in the open. Lara goes down as one spray takes could have taken one more player. Now it's already onto the shoulders of Arkadians. 3 players. Look at the movement. Look at the speed at which they are trying to give the revival. Kaizen, he just needs a revival, but will he be given a revival? That is still question that will be answered in a moment or two, as rest of the players from the rest of the teams are just trying to heal themselves up and trying to position themselves up. But look at this, a brave move, I would have to say, because he realizes the importance that Kaizen can bring if he just gets onto his feet. And just because of that, proning, snaking action out in desperation, he is just closing himself towards the player and just trying to give him revival. But Kaizen, he is bleeding off really too fast.
Yep, he is literally bleeding too hard. But yeah, now the kill confirmation is also there. Renegades, come on, man. The prone in action, the snake in action. We can see him saving. Spicy for you, the biggest threat. Gambler to take him down. Now it's a 2v3v1 situation. 1 against 2 against 3. Renegades, the manpower into their favor, but Arkadians, they are just leading the kill department. Now, the main thing is sticking with your player is not a good option, because one grenade can knock you both down, can knock down to both the players. But captain, he's the one pretty a little bit far away from the team, playing on the edge, 8 zone after 45 seconds. Captain, oh my god, finish the last player, team FTF. Now it's 2v3 situation. Arkadians versus Renegades.
Exactly, 3 players from the sides of Renegades trying to make an entry into zone, and the circle made a shift. And guess what, Shivan? The circle has gone away from the sides of Renegades and gone into the lap of Arkadians. 2 players from sides of Arkadians takes one down as Gambler with his UZ spray. Captain is already knocked down. Now this is an event fight because Shazam and JD, we can already see him. He's just not stopping. Gambler again reloading his weapon, and one thing he has to take in his mind that he doesn't have any back, so he doesn't have much of his bullet, and he just need to use it precariously. But Gambler also goes down. Now this is a 2v1 affair up to the players of KMT, but with the help of DP, Shazam takes it in the very first game. It's Renegades coming up with that chicken dinner.
It's the first, but goes towards the bloodthirst. Yeah, Renegades secured a chicken dinner in the first match of the Erangel with total 26 points, 11 kills onto their name. But you know what, Ankit, before casting the 3rd day of the PMCC Pakistan region, we had a conversation with the OG casters, Isu and Johnny. He told us that Arkadians, they have the potential, they can shine, they can prove themselves, and they literally proved themselves today. Securing a good point, securing decent amount of points, securing decent amount of kill points as well is a good sign from their side.
Exactly. I mean, it's not only about the kills and the placement points or the win you take, but the way you try to execute, the way you try to build the narrative is what all it matters at the end of the day. Maybe you can get one chicken dinner, maybe we can get one good placement points by fluke, but the way these teams actually panned out, we actually talked about the team Renegades before just the start of this match, that I have very high expectation from team Renegades. And obviously the teams that have not showcased the performance, they have done their homework pretty well. The way they took the players off guard, beat big Qwerty, that was phenomenal top-notch performance from their side. And I'm impressed with the way these teams have actually performed. Arkadians, Kazan with that MVP in his back. 5 kills, 917 total of damage, and the survival of 25 minutes, 5 seconds. Eventually, he was just very, very close to that chicken dinner, but yet so far.
Yep, but you know what? He deserved that MVP title, the most valuable player from this particular match. The main thing is his survival time is also impressive. 25 minutes, 5 seconds, and that's the end. That's the end when KMD got spotted down and taken exit from the lobby, finished at the 2nd position. I'm talking about the team Arkadians, but look at let's have a look at the top players. Shazam is in the chart on 2nd position with 5 kills onto his name, and he dished out 670 damage. Gambler is also in the fray with 681 damage, 3 kills onto his name.
Yep, they did. And look at this, Arkadians, 2 players enlisting themselves and featuring themselves. 5 kills, 917 a total of damage in the name of Kazan. 3 kills, 618 damage in the name of Gambler. So these are the duos that actually help them. And mind you, Mind you, one more thing. With just the help of 3 players, we just saw Arkadians 3 men strong. They just came so far. Maybe if they were 4 men strong, things could have panned out in a different manner.
You know what? I just want to mention one thing. Spicy Pilly, look at the damage. He dished out 345 damage, secured 5 kills. One thing, if you're gonna knock out one player, you know what? You are the only one just going to knock him down. You're going to dish out 100 damage. For the kill completion, you have to dish out 100 more damage. So it is going to be 200 damage for 1 kill. But for Spicy for you, it's only 345 and 5 kills. It means he stole some kills. But let's have a look at the match ranking. Arkadians on the second position, and outstanding performance from their side. So as the players of FTF as well as Renegades. But youngsters can only able to secure only 3 points. Team Qwerty with only 2 kill points and at 10th position in the match rankings.
I mean, all the teams that did perform decently, I would say, in the first day, in the first 4 matches that they did play against their respective groups, have actually faltered down. Teams like Team Qwerty, X Generation, Rules Brekar, these are teams that did perform decently, but again, time has its own course, time has its own turns, and these teams had done decently well if we have to talk about this. But Black Demons, I just saw these teams, this team, if I have to be more precise with especially this team, the area of Mansion, they had a very good cover, they had a very good compound, but having a compound for a long, that means again and again the circle contracts you on the same area. If the circle makes a contraction again, teams will be pinching you down, and in that same heat, they did perish in that same situation.
You know what? Let's refresh our memories. So for that, we have witnessed the OVO-19 Pro movements and Arkadians. Kaizen, after this start, after securing that incredible kill, he never stopped. He was like, you know what? I'm going to secure something. I'm not going to stop at this position. That's why he just threw all guns blaze. Look at this. Renegades. If you're going to stop teams like the Slayers, Team Qwerty, they were literally dominating in the past 4 matches, the previous 4 matches. If you're going to stop them, if you're going to punish them in the early stages of the match, your halfway is already cleared. Then you have to cover the first 50 miles, the other half of the journey. You're good to go. But we have the overall ranking. You know, nothing. I can't see decent, or I can't see any change in the first page of the overall ranking. Qwerty still on the second, the Slayers still on the third.
So no change is what I see from this overall ranking from 1 to 8. But as the match takes its course, we are just done with the very first match, and obviously teams now have completed from the sides of Group B and C their 5 matches, and just because of that, apart from Team Qwerty and the Slayers, none of the team from sides of Group B and Group C are featuring in that list. But teams like STDX, NFP, Portal Esports, Team Prime, obviously teams like Renegades and RZx7E Esports, they have that opportunity. They have that 3 left more opportunity, I would say. After this, there will be a map of Sanhok and Miramar and Erangel to maximize their total points, and they will be featuring themselves in the first of the chart.
Oh yep. Let's see, but this is a good boost for Team Arkadians as well.
Exactly.
As well as for Team FTF and Team TeamTES. They are on the 3rd page of the overall ranking, not that far behind from the 2nd page, but the journey is still long. You know what? You have to cover a lot of distance if you want to be in the top 16. But you know what? We know, Ankit, if Arkadians, they are gonna show decent amount of performance in the Erangel map, they have the caliber, they have the potential to show outstanding performance in the Sanhok map. Next, it is going to be the Sanhok map. What are your expectations from this particular team? Because we all know these other teams, they are going to play well.
So what I have to say is that they have ignited their engine now. The key has now been turned on. Now it's time that they have to put their foot on their pedestal and accelerate themselves and gear themselves up with the way they can actually perform in a top-notch performance. And we'll have the conversation later, but let's head to the roster of Renegades: Captain, Shazam, Teddy, and JD. All 4 players in that close to 1000 damage, if I have to say, apart from Captain, because just the 77 damage in the name of Captain, he could have been 1000 damage more in this game. But in these 5 matches, these players have did decently.
you know what, they literally showcased a decent amount of performance. But Shazam is the only player from the team Renegades has the highest KPM. And for you, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know the KPM, it is kill per match. How many kills you can secure in a single
Yeah.
match? If you have the highest KPM, you're the best. If you have a low KPM, it doesn't matter. You are supporting the team. It's still part of the game. You are still doing well. Now, team Renegades, they have to be consistent because now you are really off to a good start.
Yeah.
Secured one chicken dinner.
So not just only are the Arcadians, teams like Renegades and these all teams that did feature themselves. Also, FTF, NFP,
Oh yeah,
and these all teams did showcase themselves in the second last and the last circle. If we have to talk about that, but Arcadians, especially if I have to draw your attention towards this team, we have seen this team especially
yeah,
dominating the map of Sanhok. We'll talk about this,
true.
but we'll just have a very short little breather. Be right back, and the next match will be of Sanhok.
What's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, if you know what I mean. We got a good thing going. Got a good thing going on.
PUBG Mobile, Godzilla vs. Kong, all new collaboration, live now. In the latest version of PUBG Mobile, players may encounter titans during a match, just like in the movies. Let's learn more about the all-new game modes, shall we? Titan Strikes. The Titan Strikes mode introduces 3 titans to Erangel, Sanhok, and Livid. Godzilla and Kong move along designated routes across the map. Players can chase after them in vehicles, but if you get too close, you'll be knocked down and take damage. When Titans get ready to unleash a heat ray, the system will prompt players to leave the red zone marked on the minimap. Players equipped with high-level armor receive reduced damage from the heat ray. Titans will absorb energy which emanates gradually from the earth. Once the energy reaches a certain threshold, Titans release it and create Titan crystals around them. Different types of Titan crystals provide different effects. Erangel's blue Titan crystals are special throwable items that players can equip. They knock back and burn enemies who are behind cover. Sanhok's gold Titan crystals enhance players' abilities, making you run faster and jump higher. Livic's red Titan crystals give players the ability to detect enemies nearby for a brief period of time. These enhancement items give players an edge in battle. Use them and bring the chicken dinner home. With the help of Titan crystals, players have even more unique tactics to achieve victory. Godzilla and Kong roam Erangel and Sanhok respectively, and players may bump into them on Spawn Island. Players can preview the Titan's route on the minimap, along with Apex Cybernetics, and low, mid, and high-level monster settlements. Apex Cybernetics are scattered along the Titan's route, which contains many valuable supplies. However, players can only enter the facility after a Titan has destroyed the base. Players that arrive early will not be able to get into the highly fortified Apex camp. At the same time, defeating different monster settlements rewards good supplies. Monster settlements are mainly occupied by lizards and crabs. Players can use a diversion to divide and conquer. The monsters are...
Are you keeping it real? I'm calling shotgun, wanna see my baby run. Oh, what's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, if you know what I mean. We got a good thing going. We got a good thing going on.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, welcome back to PUBG Mobile Campus Championship Pakistan region. And this whole tournament is sponsored by Oppo F19 Pro Power Per Game. And my name is Ankit, and this time, joining alongside me will be Necro. So, Necro, we just finished the very first match of the day, and that panned out in the map of Erangel. So, what are your expectations from this match of Sanhok?
Well, this match of Sanhok, of course, Sanhok on map, which is pretty small, so I'm expecting some early brawls this time, Way much more early brawls, a lot of ruckus being caused early off as well. FTF taking an early exit from the plane fly path over here, and NFP as well kind of opting out for the Camp Alpha area. Understandable moments from these lads. PES Portal Esports is a team who do like to go towards the ruins area, so I'm not going to be surprised if they go there again.
I won't be either because we have seen all these teams dropping out on the same location, be it with the map of Erangel. We just saw team Qwerty going into the same direction, into the same area, into the same city of Lipovka. So team do like to go onto the same city, and it actually becomes important. But already I can see onto the area of boot camp, 2-3 teams talk about the team of Qwerty, talk about the team of youngsters, talk about the team of TES. So what are your expectations? I'm just waiting that the visuals will come straight away from the city of boot camp.
Exactly. Boot camp, I mean, two squads at the same place. It's going to be an absolute good fight to witness. But it seems like Arkadians are taking a little shots here and there. Under a little bit of fire, Arkadians should be out of that, though, without any trouble. If they just keep on playing safe, not to leave their compounds. The main priority here, I mean, Kaizen kind of, spread it out from the rest of the squad. Maybe he should go and retreat back to his squad mates. That can give him a little bit of more comfort level. But you also need to get this factor in consideration that there's one more team in the boot camp right next to you. And if you're going to be making quite a lot of sound, then Team Qwerty, I mean, one of the best teams in Pakistan, without a doubt, will take you down.
They will take you down because all the players, all the teams know their loopholes and where they can actually pull themselves up in a way or the other two. But in the area of boot camp, look at this, the visual. On the southern side, we already see TES, and the center of the compounds is being held by the team of Team Qwerty. And on the left hand side, on the northern side of this, on the team of Qwerty, one team that is of youngsters. All the 4 players from the 3 teams have positioned and have aligned themselves. But one thing that is for sure, that TES, maybe they are making a retreat from this area because they have already seen the number of parachutes dropping in the same location.
Danny seems like he's stuck in a quite unfortunate place there. It's kind of pinned down behind that little concrete blocks. He needs to get out of those because if he's going to be stepping out, I'm pretty sure Destroyer is waiting for him to step out of those as well. I like the hold from these both teams. Kind of youngsters separated out from in these buildings, and then we have the entire Team Qwerty having the U building for themselves in the center of boot camp, of course. So that's kind of an interesting setup going on. And then Khan is all the way in the back in the warehouses, kind of taking his sweet little time to loot as well, and also creating a flank angle, which maybe youngsters won't expect.
Yep, you have to be pretty much unpredictable if we have to talk about these fights, because already we just saw one player brought down to that 10 HP mark. Also, we are not just done with the fight. We are also heading towards a fight maybe that can pan out in the area of on the western side of a boot camp, where the players from TES already aligned. But look at this, the players from RZx7E ESPORts, the team that actually did showcase their performance in the last match of Erangel, carrying the same momentum in the map of Sanhok. They might, as soon as they engulf the players of TES, then will be a time that they will go all guns blazing onto them.
For now, pretty much a utility battle over here. Kicking the nade right next to him as well.
Ooh.
Not really finding its mark, pretty close. And this is where he exposes his body as well, loses the track of his movement. Overexposing his body on the enemy lines. Team Qwerty seems kind of in a uncomfortable situation. Walked right in the enemy territory. First player was taken down. Khan was the man who went down. And as I did say in the past as well, you being an IGL, I feel like you should play things pretty safe. You should not be the one to go down. Imagine if Khan was absolutely finished, then that was like a massive string in the making, just broken down. And it's like once the IGL falls apart, pretty much the rest of the teams, it's like you just don't have a guidance for you. You don't have a leader that's going to be pointing fingers where to go and where to not. So IGL is probably the main string in the entire team, and he should not be going down early.
But for now, he has been revived, and for now, it seems that the players from Qwerty now again reposition themselves. They are just pinching them down. The players of youngsters, they are facing the brunt of the situation. 2 players already onto the feet. That means Hassan and one more player already down. And it seems that in a moment or two, this team might be wiped out. But 2 or 3 players have been eliminated with the help, and courtesy goes to the teams and to the players of Team Qwerty. But still, the team has not been completely finished off, as we can already see in the minimap that one player has already fallen back. But just wait for that moment as the players from Arkadians picks that final kill, and with that, youngsters take an exit. But Kazan barely survives on 1 HP.
Barely makes it out on 1 HP. Kazin gonna be that first hit's gonna be helping him out quite a lot. Arkadians on a move this time. Gotta be quick on feet, especially on the map of Sanhok. You need to be quick on your feet. Arkadians is just a 3-man squad inside this game, so they already have a massive disadvantage already. Gambler, Kazin, I mean, they are pretty much a good player in the squad of Arkadians, but since the past, they haven't really been proven much in the PMCC. They need to start waking up. They need to start the dominance inside the game as well. Here we have the airdrop one. MT49 has made its presence on the map, has kept his steps. Which one is going to be going there? I mean, it's a pretty tough drop, but at the same time, it's kind of in a no man's land. There's not really any teams next to it, so you might as well go for it.
It does offer you an opportunity to take yourself and the exclusiveness that the exclusivity that it brings to you, the glamour, that touch, and the damage. If we talk about that M249, but yes, that falls in the no man's land area, and none of the team that was actually being spotted. That means that drop might go off notice, but one team that is looking and starting themselves off pretty damn well, and that is of Arkadians, carrying the momentum from the last match because they were the second team in this last match. They are looking very good. That one kill that they have secured now is the time that they are just trying to spot down the player, and they might again flourish themselves because we have seen a match in the qualifying stage where Arkadians with that 38 total points in a match, so they are competent enough and they have done it in the past. Can they repeat again? This is a question that will be answered.
Yeah, they definitely do have the caliber. That's for sure. They have the caliber, but again, securing second place with just one kill. To be honest, I don't really feel like that's enough. You're only securing 13 points in your pocket, especially when you're not really looking good on the overall leaderboards. 13 point isn't going to be helping you much. Of course, it's going to be helping you much. Each and every single point matters, but you got to get a massive win to make a massive comeback as well. And that's just how the thing goes. But Arkadians definitely do have the caliber in them, and we have seen in the past a little glimpse of that. But they need to be kind of careful of their backgrounds as well, because their back is absolutely exposed. Where there is one more team, and I really feel like watching and playing it out safe, maybe playing just a little cautious can help them out in the future runs as well.
So just because they fired some of the bullets onto the players of TES, not only that they have made themselves aware of the position, but also the players on the back lines, they will be pincering them down. And this is a susceptible position. I would say this is a vulnerable position to them, and they just need to find themselves away from this, because as long as they find themselves here in the same situation, they don't have any breathing space if you have to talk about this. So this is the thing that the players do need. And also Gambler with no helmets onto his head, he might fall down if one or two bullets gets connected well onto his head.
That's for sure. That's for sure. It seems like Khan is on a move here. Out in the open, these are the kind of risky moments, the risky moves that Team Qwerty does make. And sometimes they do get kind of caught off guard if you're not really having the well surrounding information. I'm pretty sure before coming to this compound, they have probably scouted out the area, which does make sense if you do have a little confidence in your team. And if you do listen to your team calls, and it does make sense, oh yeah, okay, the rest of the compound is good. There's no one really nearby, so we can make a risky rotation. That's the only time you can opt out for it. But sometimes there are some moments when it's more kind of like a do or die situation, and you don't really have any other thing to do. Then you just make a rotation. It's pretty much down to luck at that point. But for now, TES again in the sights of Arkadians here. And just a stare-down competition between these two lads. Nothing really going on much. TES also have Arkadians kind of pinned down in their sights. And both their teams are not really having a lot of breathing space.
So TS really don't need to do much in this case, because they already know that Arkadians have been pincered down, because on the backhand side they just cannot move. They just cannot afford to move because there is a water body, and the movements and the tactics get restricted to in a moment, in a way or the other. But the circle again and again, both of us have casted. We have seen the same circle where the Camp Alpha, Camp Charlie, and Camp Bravo comes into the play. Earlier, we just saw Hatin going down to the final, to the wire. Now is the time that maybe to the area of boot camp at Paradise Resort, maybe the circle might take a shift.
Exactly. The circle can definitely take a shift. And it's always more kind of like a guessing factor in the game as well. That kind of surprises me almost most of the times. But here we have NFPxSky kind of spotting out the players right in their front lines, taking them both down. Unfortunate moment for them. Already 2 casualties on the side of STDX. I mean, definitely the rest of the two members are, of course, going to be so disappointed in that. Alpha is there in the back lines as well. And what are they going to be able to do? Nothing much, though. Spark is also almost about to bleed out. Alpha in the back lines, I don't really feel like going for the res at this point in time is worth it because you're just going to be putting your life in risk. NFP has all 4 of their players alive. If you take one player down, the rest of them will be there to back up.
Yeah, do. And with that, I can already see Team G69 making some move on to the players of the Slayers. And quite an exclusive draw with an exclusive position, if I have to say.
I mean, I don't know if that's exclusive, but it's more kind of like a taunting drop, you know. It's just trying to taunt the player.
How would anyone get to that place?
It's impossible. It's pretty much impossible unless you land a glider on that. That's the only way.
I mean, that's not an option. That's not a viable option, if I have to say about that, because glider do offer you that height, but eventually it brings you with the same pace down on the ground too.
Yeah, exactly. But then maybe you just crash it. I don't know, man. Okay, it's just it's impossible. It's impossible in simple words. Unless if you're some kind of like a maniac and you still manage to land your vehicle on there doing something. I don't know. It's pretty much an impossible spot there. But G69 already got themselves the knock that they were looking for. G69 seems like they're showing the dominance in the game as well. And this is what we like to see. G69 is a team that has been pretty decent in the past as well. I've seen them play, and they have came a long way indeed as well. Well, we still have the rest of the players from RB as well. And BD, kind of Black Demons do have them locked out in the site. A little clue, a little glimpse is enough for Black Demons to realize what they have stepped into.
It will be, and Black Demons, they face an elimination in the mid game, but they did find themselves in a very good position if we have to talk about that compound. But now is the time where the players are playing into the map of Sanhok, and not much of the compound is what all you get to fight at. So rules breaker, 0 kills in the name, but the best part for them is that the all 4 players making and scouting the patrolling all the 360 direction in a very good area. So this can be a game for them, as we have to talk about this. And look at this, the scopes are also being exchanged with the help of those markers.
Exactly. For now, rules breaker, though, kind of the compound is there in their side. Don't really need to make a lot of move in this compound as well. So maybe you just, you know, try and play it down slow. Take your time. Calm your teammates down. Try and motivate them for the rest of the upcoming games, because we do know in those late game situations, things do get kind of sweaty. And this is where you really do start panicking as well. So you do need that motivation at least going in your favor for a longer time. And taking a look at the circle as well, this circle shift is going to be interesting. If it's a drastic circle somewhere in the no man's land, for example, on the right side of Paradise Resort, then all the teams, when they want to make the rotation inside the circles, there's just going to be so many fights happening at the same time. A lot of ruckus will be caused.
It will, but declining the same thing, the circle has already made a central shift. That means most of the teammates, if they have to make an entry in zone, the distance will be quite less. But teams like Black Demons will be holding the southeastern edge. So this is a circle that they can still play for them. But for how long, that is a question that will be answered as the players from Break are slowly and steadily moving away from the compound. But do they have any idea? Do all the 4 players or even one player have any idea that Black Demons have come very, very, very close to them?
They definitely have came pretty close to them. I'm pretty sure rule breakers do have a little kind of clue onto them, or maybe they don't even do that, because it doesn't really matter. They're kind of leaving the compound as well. They have opted out for a new round for themselves, but this is where he might just get caught off guard out in the open. That ridge did help him out, and even made it back in the cover right next to his teammate. Now, rule breakers are definitely alerted, and now they know Black Demons is right next to them.
That wasn't easy, not what I have to say, because had that there been some more bullet connected, the spray could have been more streamlined. One player at least could have been easily knocked, and out in the open, he had no other option but to get himself finished off. And an easy 1 point, I would say, that is snatched away, or maybe missed from the sides of Black Demons.
But the ridge was right next to him as well, so kind of understandable positioning as well. We have Sir Clone. Well, barely alive. Pretty lucky to stay alive in that Molotov. Just that little corner for himself. That little edge right next to the rock is going to be enough to keep him alive. Just going to be squeezing it tight in. But now we have G69 under heavy fire. The barrage of nade going to be doing a little damage, not enough to take him down. Clone again does have his sights locked. That Molotov might be damaging to him. He needs to watch out, but doesn't really seem like it has found its mark. While both of them are just chucking Molotovs onto each other. And both of them are failing pretty badly. So I really feel like at this point in time, maybe either try and wait it out or just straight up push in.
It will be, but we just saw Black Demons trying to make a different position from themselves, and now is the time that they have somehow managed to make a split from the sides, and we can already saw two split from the sides of Rules Breaker, Asher and Toma onto the one side, and rest of the two players onto the other hand side. But some more fights are also started erupting because G69 are considering them down, but already I can see one player from the sides of Qwerty, and that is of Wolverine. Also, other players on the back hand side. That means more and more players will be coming close in same vicinity. But RZx Clone takes one player down and was on the verge of taking one more player down, but he eventually gets the revival done in time. But for how long, as he himself finds in the knock situation.
He himself gets found. Unfortunate stuff for him as well. Did not expect things to turn out in that way. There's still one more player alive though. While we have the rest of the players of RZx, they want to save their man out. He's out in the open. Save is going to be pretty much tough unless they build a smoke wall for themselves, and still G69 will be spamming that out. So it's going to be an interesting moment to see how they're going to be making out of this position. Shohei is desperate to save his teammate. Does find the head, connects it as well. That's going to be buying him enough time to make the rotation inside and next to his teammate, and that's going to be enough because now the player that was peeking him is now going to be busy healing himself. But Shoaib doesn't really seem like he took the opportunity in the hand. He wants to wait it out. He's still trying to play as safe as possible.
Ooh.
Connects one more bullet on his head, but not really able to find the knock.
Exactly. Maybe he was just waiting for him to peek for one more time, and maybe after that knock he could have gone straight, because he did was with an intention, because he tried to create that smoke wall, but unfortunately for him, because he was not able to save his teammates as the teammates gets finished off. But that fight was still into the frame, and the fight was still erupting. But talk about this team. Black Demons didn't have a very good match in the last game, still not just trying to find themselves in a good spot. Look at this. They are far away, very much far away from the southern side, because the way they are trying to make an entry, the positioning they are holding right now, the moment they enter into zone, they will be facing the brunt of the team Qwerty and Rules Breaker. Else, if they make some other sort of rotation, things might go differently.
Things might definitely go differently. I like the position that RZ have gotten themselves. So it's an interesting one for sure. But RZx again still pinned down inside this house. Shoaib trying to lob the nades in as well. G69 has closed in quite a lot of distance onto them. One player kind of bled out of G69. This is kind of the revenge being shown from the side of RZx. And there's one more team in the back line. That's going to be Max.
Yep.
Maximus. But is he going to be able to third party this entire fight? I'm pretty sure he does hear those gunshots going in as well. He does hear those nades chucked in as well. But King is still playing it out safe. He just knows Shoaib is right inside the house. As soon as he steps out of his cover, Shoaib is going to be finding the right moment to strike and going to be taking him down instantly without thinking twice. And we have Black Demons joining the fray. This is going to be an interesting one.
Exactly, and we just saw from the backhand side that of Max, that is of the teams, the Slayers. The team Slayers didn't have a very good outing in the very first game. Now is the time that they can maximize their kill points and all in all total points. But look as this, the players from X Generation are just trying to find the players out in the open. From the eastern side, they are just trying to make an entry. But no, Brekar takes one more down with the help of QBZ, and Pan goes down. Now the situation gets tricky as he needs the revival, and also simultaneously the players have to make a rotation as the blue zone will be covering them up soon.
The blue zone will be covering them up now. We'll still have Arkadians on that move here. Trying to make it right next to them as well. NFP trying to push right onto them. Psycho still alive, holding his position, holding his ground strongly. But it seems like, unfortunately, falls down in the water. Psycho, maybe this is an easy kill for yourself. You should take a peek and take him down instantly. That's an unfortunate moment for Arkadians right there, because this was pretty much an easy kill on the Psycho, who was pinned down behind this rock, and if he was able to push in and get him down successfully, Psycho could not have done much. But now over here, I feel like Psycho's going to be... Yep, he is going to be punishing Kaizen without any trouble, because Kaizen is a lot in trouble, and also he's outside the blue zone. That means he's taking quite a lot of damage from it as well, as Psycho just had a brilliant positioning for himself.
He just had a good positioning before he just found himself in that water, and with that, the Slayer gets eliminated. A team that was actually looking very good in a split of second, he has been eliminated. But look at this. The player who gets himself very in the very first of the situation where he finds himself in the feed will be taking the rest of the two players down. And for now, it seems that the players from Arkadians, he was far away and very much ahead of the teams from NFP. And with that, one more team making an exit.
One more team taking an exit in the game. Thompson knocked out, kind of bleeding to his death slowly and steadily. FTF taking quite a lot of damage in the fight as well. Needs to make it inside the circle. Does realize la on a move. Hopefully he's not unlucky enough that he gets caught out in an enemy site and gets taken down instantly. But still have Spicy trying to res his teammate back up on his feet while we have PS Momtu. How can we not talk about this man? One of the best men in the squad of Portal Esports. I've seen this man clutch in the past as well. Some incredible clutches for the chicken dinner. And he does give a massive fight to his opponents as well. While Team Qwerty on that struggling faces, Wolverine taken down by the blue zone, unfortunately, and bled out to the blue zone as well. He was knocked out, and his teammates were like, okay, it's not really worth it to go back in the blue zone and get the res up.
So Team Qwerty has been really possessed with some real tough challenges. Not only the players are hampering the rotation, also they are finding themselves very much caught off guard in that blue zone. And we just saw Wolverine finding himself out in that blue zone and taking the brunt. You just cannot afford to take the damage once the circle makes a shift, because the damage becomes considerably higher if we have to talk about the damage that the third or the second circle gives in comparison to the fifth or the sixth. And just because of that, Wolverine takes an exit. Now this nade, if this connects, this can be detrimental to the players of Portal Esports, but still they are very much alert. But the way Destroyer is hovering in the open, he might be taken down anytime.
Nate, way too far off from the enemy lines. For now, Destroyer as well, taking quite a lot of shots from the back lines. Insane. Connected one shot, realized that it's time to move. Time to be quick on their feet. It's time to make a plan to how to get inside the circle. Of course, the first thing you should be prioritizing is getting inside the circle. And Team Qwerty, though, if they're not going to hurry up this time, they will get caught outside. And they need to do it as well. They want to flank Portal Esports, but at the same time, Blue Zone this time is not going to have any mercy. It's going to be taking out quite a lot of damage. Momtu as well, being a part of it, being a prey of it, while we have Team Qwerty taking quite a lot of damage from the compounds that are right in the front lines. Portal Esports in an uncomfortable situation as well. An interesting route rotate inside the circle, but still not really able to find its success.
But I'm impressed with the way the Qwerty has actually made a rotation, because at the time it seemed that they would not have been able to come this closer. But look at this, making an entry in zone, they are also ensuring that any player that has a crosshair aligned onto them, they will be taking them down. But in the same case, in the same venture, some players from Team Qwerty are also being taken down, as Voltrux takes an exit from their side.
Taking an exit, Voltrux. Unfortunate. Big man taken down instantly. Joker back on his feet, knocked out. Not looking good on his HP as well. He should be enough to take both of them down. One bullet connected. Nocto went down. Last man alive from Portal Esports. He has been taken down as well. Brilliant jump shot coming in. That gave him opportunity to headshot him as well. That jump shot definitely increases crosshair level. And this is when he got the headshot as well. Second player down now, Portal Esports. Things are not really looking good for them. One last man alive. Both kills have been confirmed finally. Insane still back in the zone, making it slowly and steadily. But does he realize that on the left side, there's going to be Team Qwerty? But play zone, as I did mention, it's not going to be having mercy on anyone.
Exactly, and one more player falls prey down to the blue zone. And now the time where TES, look at this, the way the team of Qwerty is actually finding themselves in the fight. This is amazing. 10 kills already onto the name. Can they convert this into a chicken dinner? Because now the match is down to 7 players and 3 teams where 2 players from the sides of Qwerty, that is of Khan and Destroyer. We have seen both of the players, when they work in tandem, when they play in tandem, they put some real destruction.
They put some real destruction. Team right in front of them. It's a one-on-one competition. Even when it comes to teams, we still have 2-on-4 going on here. Things are not looking good in the favor of Qwerty, because Qwerty do not have the man advantage, while on the other hand, BEX have all their players alive. They're looking pretty strong, and one nade taking both of them down. And this is what we call the utility usage on the side of BEX. Incredible placement. Managed to find its mark. The accuracy is on point as well. And we have NFPxSky. Well, I mean, I just cannot be asked. I mean, this team did quite good as well. I mean, they can have, in the overall rankings, they're #4. But I mean, securing 9 kills on your side and getting 1,310 damage overall, it's a massive opportunity, and it's a massive thing to show.
Yeah, 9 kills in total of in totality. If you have taken as a team in the map of Sanhok, that is all in all is a very big number. And Gully Boy with that pincer nade, a well-cooked nade in that situation where the nerves are high, where the adrenaline actually pumps you down, it actually becomes important to not let the opponents give any inch. And straight away, that was rejected from the sides of NFPxSky Esports, and we just saw them making a jump, because before that, we saw them on the second half of the chart, but with a total of a good total points and 9 kill points. That actually matters, and a total of 24 points that has actually helped them shoot their numbers. And I'm impressed with the way NFP has also made a comeback, because in the last game we saw them trying to make a comeback. They were really trying hard, and this time they have executed it to perfection.
Exactly. I mean, NFP finally finding its succession on today's day, and I mean, those are quite a lot of killing. Gully Boy again racked up those last 2 kills with that one nade, and that was just enough to take them both down. And this also gives Qwerty a lesson: never stick right next to each other. And this is exactly, if you remember Team Zeus in the PMPL as well, this is exactly what they do. They do not stick to each other, even though they're really close to each other. If they need assistance, they're there, but they are not really sticking to each other. And I'm pretty sure Qwerty has learned their lesson this time, to not stick to each other, especially in situations like those. Try and maintain social distancing between your teammates. That's going to be helping you and the society out quite a lot. We have future stage. We have Gully Boy here from NFP. He's got himself 675 damage with 5 kills. I mean, that's quite a lot. And we have Destroyer coming in from the side of Team Qwerty as well. I mean, this man's name is Destroyer, and what do you expect other than destruction?
Yep, and the same thing actually happened. And Gully Boy, so before that nade, that kill number would have been 3, and I'm sure that actually significantly increased, and just because of that, he is featuring in the top players list. But let's head to the overall match ranking from this match. And NFPxSky Esports, total of 9 kills, 15 placement points, and making a total of 24 points. And Qwerty not behind much on the second, making a second in this match. Team Qwerty with that 10 kills. So Team Qwerty somewhere finding themselves in that groove, and maybe this is the game that they have created a pedestal from where they can take and shoot.
Just 2 points shy, not really far away from NFP there though. So it's pretty much is like Team Qwerty is being pretty consistent. So the place that they have in the overall leaderboards is going to be the 2nd place. They're going to be maintaining it for quite a while, and this is what they're here to prove as well. We have 0x, unfortunate startings for them as well. Black Demons included. They try their best, get something done in the game. But Black Demons, I mean, they were finding some incredible placements for themselves. The placement was on point from their side as well. But some unfortunate moments do happen, especially in such late of a game when you have a lot of teams alive.
Exactly, and just because of that, some team did perish. And let's head toward the Oppo F19 Pro moments that brings the reminiscent from the match. And these were the initial fights that NFP did find successfully in their number, and just because of that, we just saw them securing a chicken dinner to the name.
Exactly, they secured chicken dinner to the name. This was kind of an interesting fight. He wasn't really able to find any knockouts, but he did took his helmet down, headshot him like 2 or 3 times almost. And these kind of fights over here, NFP, I mean, Psycho, props to this man. He completely turned that fight in his favor. I mean, it was pretty unexpected. Let's be honest, that was pretty unexpected. You did not expect it for him to just, turn that fight in his favor. And in the end, Gully Boy just absolutely popped up, got himself those 2 kills as well, and then later on, he took down Team Qwerty as well. So, I mean, those 4 kills just came out in the end for him.
Exactly, and just because of that, the overall ranking already onto TV screen, and Qwerty with that top-notch performance eventually faltering out in the chicken dinner mark, but still. Just in the 6th match, what Team Bublu has done in the 8th match, Team Qwerty has been able to do in the 6th match, and not only that, 4 points still ahead of them, and 2 more matches will be left in the back for the day. That means 2 more opportunity, and maybe if 1 more chicken dinner goes into the name, maybe they can find themselves close to 170 or 180. But let's head to the second half of the chart, where STDX and teams like Arkadians. So before this game, Arkadians were on the 10th or 11th position, and a game that actually didn't go into the name. Look at the way that they have slipped down.
Exactly. I mean, pretty interesting here, you know. I mean, Arkadians. I mean, this is what I was exactly saying. Arkadians isn't really looking good on the overall in the overall rankings as well, and they need a massive game to make a massive comeback as well. The games are slipping away from your hands like water, and it's pretty much getting impossible for them to get the water in their hands, because it's pretty much tough to catch water in your hands unless if you have some support for it, unless if you
just
have
freeze it. Just freeze it, Necro.
Unless if you have
Just
any
freeze it.
utensil. I mean, if you live in real world, it's not possible. But I mean, things like these. I mean, things like these. It's pretty much tough, and you need to make sure that you're not giving out any flaws. It should be a flawless execution almost all the time. In one fight, if you're giving away if one of your teammate is dying, it's pretty much like now you're just down to a 3-man squad, and it's kind of like your team is handicapped.
It is actually, and just because of that, we saw them faltering down. And we have already talked about this. Teams like Arkadians starting the match with just a 3-man lineup that sometimes gets uneven. If we have to talk about this, the same thing happened in the very first game of Erangel. Things could have changed differently, but NFPxSky Esports, the team card already onto TV screen team, the players like Bash and Kathir and Gully Boy, the player that actually got the 2 neat kills, and with the help of that they secured a chicken dinner, a well-awaited chicken dinner, I would say, because this was a thing that Sky Sports were really waiting for.
Exactly. I mean, the right moment, as I like to say, the exact moment that they were waiting for. NFP, I mean, finally, that's a massive move as well. Moved all the way to the 4th number on the overall rankings, and that's a massive leap from their side. I mean, NFP, seen in the past, I've seen them in the pro scrims as well. How they play in the season 1, I do know. I mean, they do have the caliber to be one of the best teams in their region as well. Just a little bit more work, a little bit more effort, a little struggle as well is going to be helping them to get the path there.
Exactly, and with that, NFPxSky Esports finding their way finally into the match, and maybe from here they might be shooting themselves up. But we are finished with this second game of the day that was happening on the game of Sanhok. 2 more actions, 2 more matches will be on the other side of this break.
Wanna see my baby run. Oh, what's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, you know what I mean. We got a good thing going. We got a good thing going on.
PUBG Mobile, Godzilla vs. Kong. All new collaboration, live now. In the latest version of PUBG Mobile, players may encounter titans during a match, just like in the movies. Let's learn more about the all-new game modes, shall we? Titan Strikes. The Titan Strikes mode introduces 3 titans to Erangel, Sanhok, and Livid. Godzilla and Kong move along designated routes across the map. Players can chase after them in vehicles, but if you get too close, you'll be knocked down and take damage. When Titans get ready to unleash a heat ray, the system will prompt players to leave the red zone marked on the minimap. Players equipped with high-level armor receive reduced damage from the heat ray. Titans will absorb energy which emanates gradually from the earth. Once the energy reaches a certain threshold, Titans release it and create Titan crystals around them. Different types of Titan crystals provide different effects. Erangel's blue Titan crystals are special throwable items that players can equip. They knock back and burn enemies who are behind cover. Sanhok's gold Titan crystals enhance players' abilities, making you run faster and jump higher. Livik's red Titan crystals give players the ability to detect enemies nearby for a brief period of time. These enhancement items give players an edge in battle. Use them and bring the chicken dinner home. With the help of Titan crystals, players have even more unique tactics to achieve victory. Godzilla and Kong roam Erangel and Sanhok respectively, and players may bump into them on Spawn Island. Players can preview the Titans' route on the minimap, along with Apex Cybernetics, and low, mid, and high-level monster settlements. Apex Cybernetics are scattered along the Titans' route, which contains many valuable supplies. However, players can only enter the facility after a Titan has destroyed the base. Players that arrive early will not be able to get into the highly fortified Apex camp. At the same time, defeating different monster settlements rewards good supplies. Monster settlements are mainly occupied by lizards and crabs. Players can use a diversion to divide and conquer. The monsters are big, so using a shotgun at close range can deal huge damage. Players must also be wary of the Titan's attacks. Although they're not hostile towards players, they get irritated when there's too many players around. The Titan on Livik has unique electromagnetic abilities that affect the blue zone and cause it to shift every once in a while. Now, players must pay constant attention to the new play zones and transfer immediately when they begin to shrink, as to ensure they're not swallowed by the blue zone. Furthermore, Mechagodzilla periodically scans an area of the safe zone and marks the locations of everyone in the area on the minimap. This urges players to transfer or engage their enemies. Players must be extra careful. The Titan Strikes game mode is based on Battle Royale. Players must strive to be the last one standing amidst battling other players and Titans. With the addition of Titans, players are ready to witness their majesty and get their hands on the mysterious Titan crystals. Enjoy the all-new Titan Strikes and experience the Earth-shattering.
Are you keeping it real? I'm calling shotgun, wanna see my baby run. Oh, what's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, if you know what I mean. We got a good thing going. We got a good thing going on.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to PUBG Mobile Campus Championship Pakistan region, sponsored by Oppo F19 Pro. Power of your game. My name is FTFxESPORTS. Alongside me, it's Ankit Sharma. So,
Okay.
Ankit, before starting the conversation, we were casting a lot of teams together. So I came up with a dual name. Like now, it's our team. We are casting together. So Ankit, your last three words NIT and my Phoenix last three words NIX. So it's Nitnix. How's the name? Nitnix along.
Next level. Next level. Next level.
Thank you, my friend. Now we have playing.
I hope you're happy now.
Okay, so you're happy with the name, right?
No, I hope you're happy now because I just complimented you.
Oh my god.
Because I just found out with a name that was really a crappy one, but still, just to make you happy, I make kids happy actually. So yeah.
Oh my god. You know what? Let's talk about the plane part. Let's start from the Puerto Paraiso side, ends toward the Torre Ahmuda side. And you know what? I love these names. I love the names of the Miramar map, like Campo Militar and Puerto Paraiso. It's so good. Like the way you speak, it's also amazing. The way I speak is amazing. Montenegro, San Martin, Hacienda del Petro. It sounds like a coffee. Like it sounds like a coffee brand, but still.
How fast you can recall all these names? All the cities' names.
How fast? I'm not.
Just give it a try. Just give it a try.
Or Ocean Sharma. Okay. So if we talk about the places which are inside the circle: El Pozo, Trail Park, La Cabrera, Montenegro, La Drilla, Pau Grid, San Martin, Picardo, Hacienda del Petron, and water treatment. I need a treatment because I crack a lot of jokes, basically poor jokes. But let's have a look at the southern side of the map. 4 teams in a straight line in a row, literally very close to each other, but haven't started a fight yet.
Exactly. I mean, look at the area of Impala. 2 teams already, Renegades and NFP. The team that actually faltered out in the last game, that was of Renegades. Dropping down to the city of Impala was a good decision until unless they just faced the onslaughts. Maybe that can happen to them if they go against the players of X Generation, or maybe if they find themselves away from them. Because Impala, as we talk about again, we have seen many players and many teams taking the fight, but a decision that can go against them, because after this, just the one match will be left to them. Also, 12 matches is what, all in all, in a totality, all of the team plays. But from here, if we see, Shivansh, the matches will be decreasing. So you have to be very much cautious about that.
Sure, you have to be cautious about that. Now, how these teams are gonna make some plans, how these teams going to change their plans, because now, as I just mentioned, matches are low, but the pressure is high. So teams they'll come with that solution, with a solution. So you know what, I rhyme some words, and you know what, it's.
Can you
like
find the
that-
etymology of this? Where did this low and high come from?
Oh, it's like from
The stakes are low, maybe something like that.
no, come on! I was about to talk something serious, and I was like about to start a conversation about some serious topic.
Do you
but-
even talk serious?
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is
You
something
know
that
what?
I just
How-
got to know about this today.
How ironical it is! I just want to talk about something serious. Wow. But the main thing is, if we talk about serious stuff, 16 teams in Miramar map. Mexican standoff style. I really want to finish in a Mexican standoff style, like only two players, a 2v2 final fight. Both the players have same guns, same utilities, as well as same health utilities up against each other, and one team came up victorious. I would love to see that. That's my dream.
I mean, yeah, but I would like just to bring one thing into the concern and on the table, is that on a very serious note, to be very honest, because we just saw how many teams, how many players trying to collide on the same drop location. To the northern side of Puerto Palacio, on the area of southern side of Los Leones, on the main city of Impala, we saw 2, 3, 4, 5 teams colliding. Still, we can already see Renegades are in the same vicinity. But one thing that they have managed to do is that they have been away from the radar and the crosshair from the teammates of the other players, and just because of that, no fight has still erupted into the same area. 16 teams already and no casualties. 60 players. Some of the teams do join the lobby with just 3 men lineup, and just because of that, we can already see 60 players, but no fights. So I'm a bit of surprised, because I expected a bit of early jinx, a bit of early skirmish, or maybe squabble, if we have to talk about this, because teams do clash for the same drop location time and again.
And you know what? Clashing. Sometimes we saw that if teams drop down the same area, they usually engage in a fight instantly. But NFP and Renegades, they literally shared same area. They were very, very close to each other. But Renegades, they have some different plans. They were like, you know what, guys, we're gonna leave this area. This is all yours. We are 150 meters. We are 1,500 meters far away from the blue zone.
You
We
just
got a
missed
vehicle.
1-0.
Oh my
Just
God.
1-0. Just a 0. Come on, Shivan. It was just a 0.
Yeah, you know what?
The zeros that we all have scored in our papers.
Match exams.
That's exactly.
Exactly.
No, but I did secure some of the good points. So yeah.
And same here. That's why we
I mean, yeah.
are together. We cast.
I mean, I don't know about you, but still, I have secured some of the good marks. Maybe the zeros in your paper were more than I did secure in the. So yeah.
Come on, man! You can't judge me while like this. I'm so good in the extracurricular activities. But that's not the topic. The topic is when these teams are going to engage in some fights.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally missing those skirmishes. I'm missing those.
Exactly.
You know what? Necro love to say that. Rumble. I'm literally missing those brawl. But
Yeah.
when our wish get fulfilled is the best question I can ask.
It will be, as the circle is gonna make a shift. The 7th shift. This is the 7th minute already into the circle, and maybe somewhere down the line where the 2nd or 3rd circle will making a shift. Maybe we can see fights being fighting out in the open, but a crash landing from the sides of Black Demon. Some players are already facing the brunt of using that motorcycle, if we have to talk about that. But let's talk about this. The players from Youngsters are aligning their crosshair onto the players of Rules Breaker, but still not connecting a single bullet. Now, the players from Rules Breaker know where the players of Youngsters are, then that is of Starboy, so he may be pincered down. So he just needs the backup for now.
And the backup is not yet here, but I'm sure it's going to be there. Oh, in a couple of minutes. But you know what? RZx7E Esports hackers like, no, I'm not going to waste a single minute. I'm going to knock you down, bro. How dare you? How dare you to launch some bullets onto towards us or onto our vehicle? Now you're gonna face. Now you're gonna face us. Now you're gonna face our what we can say, our anger, or they are
The
hungry for
onslaught. The
onslaught,
onslaught.
yeah. That's the
Exactly, and just because of that 1v1 fight can go down onto the players of Hacker. Maybe Danny has just realized, but he has to be very much cautious because from the left hand side we can already see Hassan has made a very good angle. Dante from the backhand side just trying to secure that kill, but yes, Dante takes one more player down, but I was talking about the angle, the flank angle created by Youngsters Hassan, and just because of that Rules Breaker, that for one moment looking very strong, now are being pincered down. Dante from the backhand angle, he just need to make a slam in, but they need also be aware about the situation because on the right hand side, I just saw one team making a rotation. If they have heard these sounds, they will be making a close combat shots.
Sure, they are gonna enjoy some kills as well, but oh, Hacker!
Oh my
Barely
goodness.
surviving on that magic experience. Yeah, he's going to be taken down by Blue Zone. Oh my god, Blue Zone is literally mean. It's not. Blue Zone is not your friend. Blue Zone is going to dish out some damage onto you, and he is so bad. But it's necessary because it's gonna force you out to take some fights. And right now, RZx7E Esports secure 2 kills, 4 men strong, looking pretty good. They have the vehicle, they have the hold.
They do.
And okay, NFPxSky, come on, you have to.
They do. And we was just mentioning about the fact that the players were given the revival and taking the fact in the matter. They have secured 2 kills with these help of vehicles. Okay. So yeah, now is the time that they will be making a rotation with the help of these vehicle, these coupe, and also. But they have to be very much cautious once they make an entry in zone because teams will be waiting for them.
They are waiting for the fights, they are waiting for the kills, they are waiting for those points. But right now, if you're talking about waiting, Demon. Oh, my bad. Kaka is the one just chilling inside the vehicle, still waiting. And you know what? You don't have to waste that much amount of time because 2 players got knocked out of Black Demon's G69 Goldie. Again, this player always use a DMR, right? So this is the man who always deal with the long range fights, and he is so good. He is so good with those long range fights. King always do the job, always complete the job, always do the final stuff, always finish the mission. Doing the same thing right now. Switch to a SLR. Now switch to an AK, which is the best gun. One headshot can knock player down if he has a level 1 helmet or he has no helmet.
So yeah, M4 with the help of AKM can do some detrimental damage. We just saw them pincering down the players, but again, Youngsters, 2 players, Hassan, Danny, they just took a fight, they bought some of the time, and now is the time that they might be facing some of the teams, just they are rotating. But for now, RZx, they were just let to go away, and just because that they are just 2 men strong, maybe they are not giving any shots, any fires onto the players of RZx, and this is a good decision if you have to talk about that. But 6-9, if we talk about this team, we were talking about the players, especially King. King is the player that actually goes for the flank angle, the most aggressive player if I have to talk about the team, because any push is half-heartedly made if King is not there.
Oh yeah, totally agree with the point. And you know what, Ani is the one just gonna do work as a care package, just gonna take his teammates towards the area where the opponents are hiding. Black Demons, really good thing, popped out some smoke, that blue middle smoke, so it's going to provide some cover. But But the main thing is you have to disengage from the fight because you are out in the open.
Ooh.
Oh, and he just received some damage from a different angle, which is not a good thing. Portal Esports just want to enjoy, just want to destroy basically, and it seems like they are hungry for some kills too. King just wants to save their vehicle, but I think so it's a bit late. Portal Esports already got a good hold on this Greater Fields area. Kind of a great field, you know what? The area is
Exactly.
still pretty far away, but King is still using those utilities perfectly.
Look at that. The circle has made a shift, a southern, central, eastern sort of shift, because the circle has gone away completely from the area of Traderfield. But from the eastern side, team like Rule Breaker or maybe FTF, look at that ridge that Crater Fields offer you. That long split can actually help you secure more and more kills. And what I can see from the minimap is that Rule Breaker is the team that can have the privilege of that. G69 can enjoy the privilege of these ridges, and FTF can also have that. But for that, you have to make an entry because all the teams are on the edge or maybe away from the safe zone. But one team that is really figuring their venture from the northern side, and that is of Black Demons, already losing all the players except from Kaka. The team is not looking good at this moment.
They certainly are not looking good, but I think so. They have some different plans with this last player surviving from this side. I think so. They still have some hope left, and that could be the reason of their survival on this position. Goldie, he is literally the man with the best aim at this moment, using that DMR so perfectly. Spot out another player, Kaka OP. Come on, you are on the verge of elimination, about to get to face the elimination, but still surviving. Come on, man. How many times you can escape from death? How many times you can do that, Kaka?
Yeah.
Give me the answer, man. I am curious.
They will be, because Black Demons. So, Shivans, if we watch the last two matches that we witnessed on the map of Erangel and Sanhok, the way they have actually found themselves in a bad position, the same mistakes they did in the map of Sanhok too. They were caught in the open, the fight that actually they shouldn't have taken. Before they realized that they shouldn't have taken, it was too late for them to actually fall themselves back. So now is the time that Kaka OP, the soul when surviving, he cannot do much. With the help of that open truck, all he can do is to make a rotation or a late rotation, you have to be more precise, because one man show, it is a bit difficult, but it is not impossible. He can do the clutches, the 1v2 or maybe 1v3, but that is a vulnerable thing to actually witness, because other teammates, other players won't be allowing you to do so.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, KO NFP Pan, he's also using the Mini 14. And look at the position of Kaka right now. He is 200 meters far away from the safe zone, right? So this is the third zone. You're gonna take almost 15 to, if I'm not wrong, 8 to 7 damage per second. So yeah, it's still dealable, but how you gonna deal with that? That's the best question, because I saw that he has 3 first aid kits, and I think so he got eliminated. And yeah, Black Demons first team take an exit from the lobby.
Exactly, same set of situations, same set of problems not ending. And in this 3 games, they have faltered down again and again and again and again. And just the one opportunity will be left for them. But for now, it seems that NFP are looking very strong. They are up against the players of King. King, look at your back. One player is already on your back. How can you miss that?
Oh my god.
He
Sometimes...
just entered that panic room and he was not able to spot him down. Now, okay.
You know what? Sometimes that
Okay.
TPP angle messes up with you, basically. But right now, NFP secured 2 kills. And this is the bread on the butter they just need.
NFP are really enjoying all these skills, to be very honest.
Obviously.
All these skills, because a slight test of the effort, if it rewards you with 2 points, that's all what you want.
Oh yeah. You know what? They just need the peanut butter. They have the jelly. They have the butter. They have the bread. They just need
Do you
that
really eat the
toast.
peanut butter?
Yeah, I love peanut
But you
butter.
don't
That's
eat.
why I'm letting
Do you eat so cautiously? Like, you have that?
Man, you know what? I love food. I love these games as well. The aggression these teams wide is so good. Come on, Ani, you can take down. Oh my God, that was marvelous.
Exactly. That was indeed, but look at this.
Oh
Oh no!
my God, I love that. Ani, come on, man.
Okay, so all the players, the three players were knocked down. The sole player surviving, the Psycho from X Generation, was in the open, but he received a detrimental amount of damage. And in the meanwhile, in the main course that he was trying to heal himself up, he did manage to finish things off for G69. Ori was eliminated, but it was too late for him to pull that first aid kit and put that into his body. And just because of that, maybe an unprecedented event, and this was not a thing that the team have enjoyed.
To be honest, I just want to throw light on this particular thing. That's spicy for you. He has an MK14. And we all know, Ankit, we both know that this man is deadly with any gun. He has an MK14. Come on, man. He can literally take down 2 squads in just 2 sprays. I know. I just want to make it more
Two
spicy.
squads.
I just want to make it
Did
more
you just
spicy.
realize that what you just said?
Yeah, 2 squads
Two
in 2
squads.
sprays. In 2 spray. You have to
In two
focus on the words.
sprays.
Yeah. I just want to make it more spicy, and I did that. I love tortilla.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
let's not talk about the
So,
foods. Let's talk about the fights.
Never in my history of watching game or casting or playing have I ever seen a teammate, have I ever seen a player wiping 2 squads in just 2 sprays with the help of MK14. Maybe,
You know what?
maybe someday if you get your hand onto MK14, I would surely love to see how would you do that.
You know what?
Truly.
If I'm gonna face my type of players, I'm going to do that because we all know Ankit. We
Please, we are
Play.
not talking about bots.
Hey, come on, I'm not a bot. Come on. At least I am still on platinum. I was platinum. Let's not talk about the past. Let's talk about the present because at this time, TES Hanan spotted down the players from FTF. 2 players inside, 1 shack, 1 grenade can end your story as well as can end your delightful time together. Spicy for you is also inside the compound. And you know what? That MK14, come on, man. Spicy, come on, do this. You know what? If Spicy gonna do that, you're gonna pay me for $500, I'm sure.
Exactly, and we have seen some good fragging coming from the sides of Spicy. We just saw him being a grenadier from his side, and now he can really pull off some blunders with the blinders with the help of MK14 into his hand. The double beast, which we call the double-faced beast, which we call because you can use them with the help of tap shots, and if an extended AR gets equipped to it, it actually allows you to spray with that 20 bullets into your mark. But watch, look at this. Arkadians last match didn't go well into the number. Now they are trying to make the most of it, but wait, we just saw Team Qwerty being eliminated. That means 3 back-to-back matches they have fallen down. This is the thing that actually hampers you, and you actually carry a lot of pressure, lot of thing on your shoulder when you did perform so pretty well in the very first half of the 4 matches.
Oh, yeah. And you know what, Arkadians, as you just mentioned, as we were talking about this team, they have a good hold on that compound. It is inside the safe zone. It is quite open, but you know what, if they can use that perfectly, they can take down some enemies easily. Meanwhile, they got stuck. They're not looking good. Joker, the kill confirmation is also there, and Arkadians KMB, he's the one who's going to take down some players. And meanwhile, Renegades eliminated NFPxSky from the lobby. Renegades, this team is also doing well. I think so. Your well wishes are literally working out into their favor.
Exactly, and I'm actually surprised because Renegades, they have showcased their performance in the map of Erangel, but if the same they replicate in the map of Miramar, I would be more surprised to see, and I would be really fascinated to see how would they achieve that. But with this, I guess one more team gets eliminated, and yes, Esports takes an exit as the players from Renegades and with the help of some other players from other teammates did successfully manage to pull them away from the fights. And now is the time the circle is going to make a shift. What are your guesses about that? That maybe Renegades will be out of the zone if the circle makes a shift because they are holding the edge. So even if circle makes a slight test of shifts away from them, they're bound to get away from that circle.
Oh yeah, but at this position, KMD literally dished out a lot of damage onto Teddy. But instantly, we saw 4 teams instantly got eliminated. Now, just only 7 teams alive in the lobby. Arkadians again doing pretty well with the 3-man lineup, secured 4 kills. Come on, TMD. You can do it. Teddy running into open, jumping and running. And that's why he is the name. His name just living up to his name, basically. That player, Teddy, we all know. But right now, Kaizen just want to start the rotations.
Yeah.
Going to work as a catalyst. Let's see if he is successful in his plan or not.
Have to still wait for that, but STDX holding the center for a long time. The circle goes away from the team, but still anyhow managing to hold the edge of the circle. So now is the time when STDX will not allow all these teams to make an entry. So STDX 3 players surviving, Sirius, Spark and Alpha can do some real damage onto the players.
They can literally dish out a serious amount of damage, and oh, that grenade could be lethal. But Teddy, he is well aware of that fact that they are gonna lob some grenades towards me. So I'll be gonna very close to the knocked out player, Arkadians KMD. That is a risky revive, but he is sticking with that revive. Gambler onto a different side, just holding that particular area. Arkadians inside the circle, but the main thing is they have less amount of utilities in their backpack.
They actually exhausted many of them when they were taking the initial fights, and now is the time that they have to anyhow make a perish the players from Youngster. That is posing a challenge, but Danny goes down with his own molly, and Hassan OP anyhow takes one more player down from Arkadian. But it seems that the player from Youngsters, the sole player surviving from the sides of Youngster, will be in a very tough situation. Shazam from the sides of Renegades, the sole player surviving. So many teams, many players, we can already see in the live rank standing that are carrying a very huge responsibility onto the solar. But Alpha finishes things off as with the help of STDX, one more team gets eliminated, and then split second, Renegades follows them next.
Look at the alive feed at this position. TeamTES, they are on the top because they have the highest amount of players alive with only 1 kill. So yeah, this is also a plan. Oh, spicy for you. You know what? He's a sneaky man inside the smoke cloud. Tread. Search him. Want to do a search mission. Oh, spice for you. Come on, you can take him down. No, you can't. Spice for you. Somehow managed to knock out one player. Asad is the one who got knocked out, but could not able to survive for too long because it was a 1v3 situation, and we all know if you have the mid advantage favoring you, you can be and you can win those fights easily, and we just witnessed the same thing.
So a team that actually secured 11 total kill points have been eliminated on the 5th spot. We can already see them with that unhighlighted name in the alive rank standing. And now the Arkadians with 6 kills, STDX with 5 kills, and Maximus with 5 kills. So one thing is for sure that a team that is going to secure a chicken in this match will be closing their total kill tally to maybe 11 or maybe 11 or 12 if they do so. That will be a thing. But look at this. TES are looking very strong. They just need to move an inch towards the circle, and then they will be happy to go.
Sure. Oh, you know what? But that inch could be little bit. Oh my God, Alpha received a lot of damage. This could be the game for Team TES if we can able to spot him down. Meanwhile, on the other side, Assad just sticking with the revival, going to revive his teammate. Team TES taking exit from the lobby. Now we just brought down only 3 team. Arkadians still surviving. STDX with 8 kills on, as well as the Slayers, 3 men strong, 5 kills onto their name. But they are, I think so, they are outside of the safe zone. So this is not going to be an easy task. Right now, we can see that serious rotation could lead him to serious position because he's on 10% HP.
I mean, yeah, but the circle is making a shift in a way or the other. Two players surviving from the sides of STDX Alpha and Sirius, surviving barely with the help of cover that they have created artificially with the help of that vehicle and smoke. But as soon as that smoke dissipates, they will be in the open. The best part for the sides of Slayers is that Rahi with that flank angle on the right hand side, Dreed on the left hand side. I can already see an animation from him. That means he's just trying to pull up a grenade, but Nade with that could have done things differently, but Knock has already gone onto the number. So now it's a 2v2 affair, evenly poised from both the sides. Any team can take the fight away from this match.
Oh my god, that was a controlled spray. Assad, come on, you can't stick to revive. You can't revive your teammate in the final circle. And yup, STDX secured a second in the third match of the day 4 semi-finals in PUBG Mobile Campus Championship Pakistan region. They are on the 4th position in the overall ranking in the first page. Secured 26 total points from this particular match. 2,000 damage. Wow.
Impeccable. Impeccable performance coming from the side of STDX. The way they handle all the teams. We talk about the fight that they actually took against the TES from the left hand side. If you remember, they were holding up very good ridge, very good compound, and the hill, the terrain that they were actually positioning themselves up. They were just dominating. They were just not allowing. And STDX, for a moment, it seemed that they could have gone down. If you remember, the player from the back hand side of Bucky was brought down to 10 HP. But kudos to the driver and the players that actually made it possible down to this line. And then it was all down to them. Slayers, very close yet so far for them.
Oh yeah, but still secured the second position and a decent amount of total points. You are in the first page of the leaderboard doing a decent job. You are pretty safe. You already maintained a significant lead from the other teams who are in the second page or the third page or the fourth page in the overall ranking. But the main thing is, I would love to see the top players, because now we have the MVP. After this, we are going to witness the top players. But Alpha got the title with 6 kills, 702 damage. And 2 assists as well. So yeah, he's a sneaky man.
Alpha doing justice to his name, to the name that is actually famous for. 6 kills, 702 damage and 2 assists. That means not only he secured a good amount of damage for himself, but he also helped his teammate get closer and closer and closer. And we just saw STDX trying really hard in the last 2 matches, and this was the time that they really sensed that if we go all guns blazing, if we just hold in ourselves for a moment or two, things could change differently. And just because of that, top players from this match already on the screen. Alpha with that 702 damage, 6 kill, survival time of 25 minutes 56 seconds, making wonders.
Yeah, creating the history as well. Meanwhile, we can see that Sirius on the third position with 2 kills, 860 damage. That's also insane. We have the match ranking in front of us of the game 3. The Slayers on the second, Arkadians. Another great outing from their side, as well as from the Renegade side as well, because they are on the 4th position with total 11 points.
Exactly, and some teams that actually did falter out, I would say, because Portal Esports, they were looking very good. Team G69, they were also looking good, because these were teams that actually had that compound. Had they had control for some more time, things could have done differently. But Renegades, so one game going into the name, then again not performing as the way they did, but again bouncing back is what it has all been for the team Renegades.
And yeah, I agree. I totally agree with the point here. The well explanation from Ankit's side. But let's have a look at the second page of the match ranking acceleration with only 3 total points. They are focusing on those skill points perfectly, but you have to be concerned about those placement points as well if you want to continue your journey in the PMCC Pakistan Region Season 1. Youngsters, come on. You know what, Ankit? This team, they have the caliber, but they just need that one game, that one particular game to climb up.
They did adjust. We mentioned how Renegades and Arkadians got got that one match. So that one match is actually is one in its number, but to make that happen, that is the real challenge that gets possessed to them. And just because of that, we just saw Team STDX. Man, oh man, that was a phenomenal performance from their side.
And this was clutch. This could be the clutch from the side of Spicy for you, but that Thompson spray was on point, and this was the final kill that secured the chicken dinner for the team. But STDX, as we just mentioned, that they are on the fourth page, they're on the fourth position. My bad of the overall ranking, but the good thing is, teams the Slayers. Look at their total points: 1-1-1. So good.
The Nelson. Exactly. 1-1-1 off after 7 matches. And so one thing that has been in the frame today, that Team Qwerty, after 4 matches, they were looking pretty damn good. But one thing has been in today's meta, that the team that has actually secured a very decent point has not been able to let things go slip away in a very, very big format. Because they have been stopped. We have already seen teams are pressurizing and teams are actually pulling themselves again and again. But let's head to the second half of the chart, where Stalwart Esports and Lost Esports. So these are teams that actually had played all the 8 matches. But Arkadians, so one good game, they climb up the chart. One bad game, they just fall themselves back in the chart. So this has been all in all the game for Arkadians today.
Oh yeah, but you know what? Climbing up the ladder is the most important thing. Before the day start, we saw that they were on the 3rd page of the overall ranking. Now they are on the 11th position. So yeah, still doing good, but you have to be the best.
Yep, you have to, because after all the team and all the players and all the effort are just being made and showcased to be in the top 16, because the top 16, after every team plays the 12 matches, will be aggressing towards the further tournament, and that will be of the finals.
Yeah, that is going to be the grand finals. But before that, we are going to witness a lot of matches from the side of these teams. But the 3rd page, it's over. Now we have the 4th page of the overall ranking. Team Chaos on this 27th position with only 5 matches played from their side. Rule Breaker on the 26th. Acceleration on 28. 0x 29. Black Demons 30. Youngsters 31. Team FT on 32nd position. Now, these teams, I think so, they are lacking in one thing, and that is perfect gameplay as well as the perfect coordination, I think so. But if you talk about one thing, and that is how these teams are going to perform, because now some teams, if they are on the 3rd page of the overall ranking, they still have some chance. They still have the caliber. They still have the opportunity to climb, right? They still have the opportunity to secure a good position in the top 16. But how they're going to do that? That's the best question. They have to focus on those drop location. They have to focus on those rotation. But for that, we have to give some time to them to think how they're going to perform, to think as well as to, to make a plan. For that, we'll go on a short break. Coming right up, it is going to be the last match for day 3.
PUBG Mobile, Godzilla vs. Kong, all new collaboration, live now. In the latest version of PUBG Mobile, players may encounter titans during a match, just like in the movies. Let's learn more about the all-new game modes, shall we? Titan Strikes. The Titan Strikes mode introduces 3 titans to Erangel, Sanhok, and Livid. Godzilla and Kong move along designated routes across the map. Players can chase after them in vehicles, but if you get too close, you'll be knocked down and take damage. When Titans get ready to unleash a heat ray, the system will prompt players to leave the red zone marked on the minimap. Players equipped with high-level armor receive reduced damage from the heat ray. Titans will absorb energy which emanates gradually from the earth. Once the energy reaches a certain threshold, Titans release it and create Titan crystals around them. Different types of Titan crystals provide different effects. Erangel's blue Titan crystals are special throwable items that players can equip. They knock back and burn enemies who are behind cover. Sanhok's gold Titan crystals enhance players' abilities, making you run faster and jump higher. Livik's red Titan crystals give players the ability to detect enemies nearby for a brief period of time. These enhancement items give players an edge in battle. Use them and bring the chicken dinner home. With the help of Titan Crystals, players have even more unique tactics to achieve victory. Godzilla and Kong roam Erangel and Sanhok respectively, and players may bump into them on Spawn Island. Players can preview the Titan's route on the minimap, along with Apex Cybernetics, and low, mid, and high-level monster settlements. Apex Cybernetics are scattered along the Titan's route, which contains many valuable supplies. However, players can only enter the facility after a Titan has destroyed the base. Players that arrive early will not be able to get into the highly fortified Apex camp. At the same time, defeating different monster settlements rewards good supplies. Monster settlements are mainly occupied by lizards and crabs. Players can use a diversion to divide and conquer. The monsters are big, so using a shotgun at close range can deal huge damage. Players must also be wary of the Titan's attacks. Although they're not hostile towards players, they get irritated when there's too many players around. The Titan on Livik has unique electromagnetic abilities that affect the blue zone and cause it to shift every once in a while. Now, players must pay constant attention to the new play zones and transfer immediately when they begin to shrink, as to ensure they're not swallowed by the blue zone. Furthermore, Mechagodzilla periodically scans an area of the safe zone and marks the locations of everyone in the area on the minimap. This urges players to transfer or engage their enemies. Players must be extra careful. The Titan Strikes game mode is based on Battle Royale. Players must strive to be the last one standing amidst battling other players and Titans. With the addition of Titans, players are ready to witness their majesty and get their hands on the mysterious Titan Crystals. Enjoy the all-new Titan Strikes and experience the earth-shattering might.
Are you keeping it real? I'm calling shotgun, wanna see my baby run. Oh, what's the word on the sea? Kicking up the dust, if you know what I mean. We got a good thing going. We got a good thing going on.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to PUBG Mobile Campus Championship Pakistan region, sponsored by Oppo F19 Pro. Power up your fun. My name is Phoenix Shivansh, and finally alongside me, it's Necro, one of my handsome friends. So how are you, my friend?
Well, I'm doing absolutely fine, man. I mean, let's be honest, bro. You're handsome as well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, things are looking pretty good for you as well. But I mean, hey, the previous game is what we're here for to talk about.
Yeah.
And a lot of amazing moments did pan out in that previous game as well. But now, I mean, I just want to see, how things are looking like in this game as well, because of course it's going to be quite interesting. And without any doubt, seems like the producer has directly thrown us on the plane fly path over here. So we already have it starting right from Komeshki, ending towards military base. I mean, I like that we're not late to the party this time.
Oh yeah. And you know what? This is a very, very good flight path for Team Qwerty, because they usually drop down near the Lipovka area and it is very, very close to them. But where the first zone is going to form basically, I think so it's going to form near the Pochinki or the Gatka area, and going to cover a little bit area of the military base. Let's see if it's going to happen or not. But Team STDX, they are on the 4th position with the overall ranking. They are so good with their performance. They are literally showcasing the perfect performance. But I just wanted to point out another thing, and that is performance by Team Arkadians. They are literally consistent throughout the day in the 11th position, on the 11th position in the overall ranking, literally doing good.
Exactly. Doing pretty good for now. Well, I mean, we still have some teams, dropping in the military base island as well, including G69. Kind of an interesting choice coming out from these lads to go on the military base over here. But seems like no, they just they have changed the flight path, and now they're gonna be dropping somewhere else. But for now, we have Thug kind of taking the fight over here, and at the same time, overexposing his body and being a little too confident. He thought he's the only person who has a gun in his hands, and unfortunately, he got the answer back. He got the cover fire. He got the cover fire right onto him.
And yep, now he's down to on his knees. But I think so the revival is going to be there because he's very close to his teammate. He's also inside the shelter area. So the revival is going to be there. I think so he's quite happy with that thing. But Arkadians again drop down with the three-man lineup. This is literally the same thing. But I'm sure they again going to showcase the best thing. Uh, from their side are going to repeat the history with decent performance and Thug. Oh, I think so. I think so. The revival is going to be not going to be there because KMD, a Russian from his side, Thug hiding behind the wall for how long? Does KMD know that there's one player? Oh, he don't know that.
Oh my god. Thug is one lucky man to stay alive for now. KMD not really checking his corners, and this is why he missed the kill as well. Could have been an easy kill for Arkadians right there. 1 free point. Still missed it. Unfortunate moment for that as well. But I mean, it doesn't seem like Thug's teammates are anywhere close. But it seems like Rahman is there, who was pretty close to him, going to be getting the res onto him. So things are looking pretty good for him right now, at least right now. If he gets caught off guard while he's trying to make a move as well, make sure you're not giving away too many footsteps, especially when things are not looking good for you. Try and get inside a safe spot. Maybe make yourself comfortable, make yourself known. And then maybe things would be looking good for you. I feel like Rahman should give that medkit to his teammate because he really needs it at this point. He's being pretty selfish.
Sometimes a selfish play is necessary. But you know what? When I used to play with my friends, I call that first aid kit a laptop because it looks like a laptop. Like, can you
Pretty
give me
much.
the laptop? And he was like, "What are you talking about, bro? This is PUBG Mobile. What are you talking about?" I was like, "Oh, first aid kit." But never mind. Now, let's get back to the topic, and that is NFPxSky versus Team Arkadians. They are a little bit far away from the safe zone and very close to each other. KMD could able to confirm that kill, but unfortunately, oh my god, unfortunately, could not able to do that. But that grenade from the side of SGG was so awesome that he confirmed that kill as well as just out a lot of damage on Rafe. Rafe not looking good.
Exactly. Not looking good for now. And here we have RZx already showing their dominance inside the game. They are kind of impatient, so they want to challenge the fight as well in their enemy lines. They don't care who it is. They're just going to rip you apart. Black Demon is the team that is right in their front line as well. Clone should play it out safe a little bit because they don't really have the exact knowledge of where the enemy team have positioned themselves. Bunny taking a little bit of backfire onto him. But it seems like up till now, they're looking pretty good. RZx looking pretty strong inside this fight, making a little mistakes here and there. One knockout, the opening has been found, but is he going to be making the push in now? It doesn't make any sense because his teammate is not really close to him. He's making the move slowly and steadily, but again, it's a long way to go.
True. Black team is just brought down to only 2 players. And now they are surrounded by the players of RZx. They are literally, I think they're shouting that you guys are surrounded. Surrounded. Now, please surrender. Otherwise, we are going to kill you. Just like the, uh, a scene from a movie, like a police chase. You can imagine that.
Yeah.
But right now, it's stalemate situation for both the teams right now because they are not aggressing, but they are not settling down as well. Oh, that was a beautiful grenade. Clone, man. That was so good that if you can able to do that, you can do wonders. That grenade is going to confirm another kill. Oh, Gambler just lobbed the molly onto him, received a lot of damage, brought down to 55% HP, as well as Tyson healing himself, applying bandages. He has no first aid kit, and Gambler, that was a pretty decent spray. Almost knocked out Pan barely surviving on only 1% HP. KMD, he has the highest amount of health amongst other players. NFPxSky, this is a 3v2 situation. NFP stars are not favoring them because both the players are very low on health, and Black Team is again a bad outing on their side. And that's why you have to be careful while taking some fights. You have to be careful while engaging in some fight. You have to be careful while dishing some damage, while exchanging some bullets with the opponents. And it seems like Pan, he has no health utility. Wow. Oh yeah. You know what? As Necro just mentioned, that his HP wasn't visible. That's why they got eliminated. What a great fight that was! And you know what? Kudos to Qwerty because they were the one who who want to steal that kill, and that worked out into the favor of Team Arkadians. Now, two teams already taken exit. G69 on the verge of elimination. King is the last man surviving. And you know what? That's the end. That's the end of that particular player. He got eliminated.
Yep.
TeamTES
I mean,
secured one kill.
yep. I mean, pretty unfortunate moment for Team TES as well. Well, finally, I'm back. After some technical issues here and there, do happen, unfortunate moments. But we have PEF, Portal Esports, Mom2 over here, right next to the bridge. I mean, my always are always digged in on this man. I just want to see how this man, just plays things out because I feel like he can be one of the best in the region as well. Maybe a little efforts here and there because I've seen this man pull off some clutches. He has raw aim. The way this man masters the mechanics as well, the way he shows off the mechanics of the game is pretty impressive. All he needs to do is just work on with the team and maybe, just try and find some new strategies that his team can, set him up for succession. And maybe he can, just try and take down a lot of squads. But there's still so many squads coming from the back line, including FTF, which is right next to Arkadians. And there's one more squad right next to them as well. Of course, Team Qwerty being the one who was third party in the fight in the past. But there's even ZX right next to them. And these kind of moments create just so many third parties.
And you know what? You have to be careful. You have to be careful. Your move, your every single move has to be precise. Otherwise, you could be on the receiving edge. You could be team who gonna take an exit, who's going to take an exit. But now this circle is kind of Pochinki favoring circle. If it's going to move towards the north side of the military area pitch, I'm not going to surprise because we usually witness changes. We usually witness the zone shifts. But Team TES, Team RB, literally way far away from each other. But if they decided to, just stay inside the same compound, just stop as well as just hold one particular compound, we might witness a fight between these two teams.
Definitely we can. For now, pretty much peaceful moment. We still have two teams eliminated early off this time, including NFP. We have two teams already taken an exit, Black Demons included as well. G69 on the verge of getting eliminated as well. King is the last man alive. Almost most of the times, King is going to be the last man alive. I've seen it in the past as well. I don't know how this man managed to make it out, to squeeze it out of some tricky situations and still manage to come out on top and stay alive at least for now, for the time being. And he does, manage to stay alive. But for now, we still have one more squad in our front lines. Arkadians being the one prioritizing the rotation does make sense. You got to be quick on your feet, especially when the zone has just shifted. You want to be the first one to be in the center of the circle and maybe try and get yourself a good compound situated.
You know what? I have one thing in my mind, and that is, what if any player decided to going to play with the SMG combination, and Uzi and Thompson in the final circle? What do you think what is going to happen if you're going to face a player who has an M762 or an AKM?
That's going to be a pretty interesting one, to be honest. I mean, things like those are kind of, it's like some unique things do happen, but at the same time, I mean, those guns, especially each gun has its own range, Some guns
Yeah.
are good for close range, some guns are good for long range, some are mid-range guns, especially ARs being the mid-ranged ones, and DMRs and snipers being the long-range one, and SMGs are pretty much on the closer range.
So yeah, as you just mentioned, it is going to be a tricky situation, and it's going to be interesting as well. But let's see if it's going to happen. You know what? In the future, it might happen because meta changed a lot, and we love those meta changes. We love those stuff in the PUBG Mobile. But teams like Arkadians, they are literally playing so good at this position. All the three players are live. They secured 2 kills. Zone, it's going to take a shift. As Necro he was mentioning about one player, Mom2. I also want to talk about this player. Like, in the previous match, he got caught off guard by the players of Team Arkadians, but I think so. He is going to look for revenge as well as for his team, because we all know that these teams are so bloodthirsty for those kills. Arkadians, KMD, it seems like he spotted down one team while rotating. So yeah, now they have, I think so, we can say, not a clear vision, but still they know that if a team is rotating in front of them, then where they are going to stop. So they can avoid those compounds, they can avoid those areas, they can avoid that particular path, so that they are going to be in a safe position. They are going to be on a safer side.
Yeah.
But for that, you have to be prepared.
That's for sure. You always gotta be prepared. You always gotta be 10 feet ahead, 10 steps ahead of your enemy. That's just how things work in the game of PUBG. Gotta read them like a book to actually tackle them down. You need to kind of do the homework as well. You need to know how team thinks on the top level, especially the teams that do have the PMPL experience. I'm pretty sure they have learned quite a lot from their backpacks, including Team Qwerty. And I really feel like since the PMPL, their performance has boosted up quite a lot. Since how I've been seeing this team play, I feel like they are improving day by day, and they are here to prove something.
And you know what? I also want to mention the same point. As you just mentioned, they improved a lot. They improved their individual gameplay a lot. Like, if they got stuck in a 1v2 or a 1v3 situation, I'm sure they might gonna win. The chances are still 50-50, because one individual player, he is capable of taking down at least 2 players in a single spray. But right now, teamwork is the most important stuff, because you are facing some of the best team from the Pakistan region, some of the uprising stars. So you have to be careful with your plans. You have to be careful with those strategies.
Exactly. Gotta be careful all the time. Being cautious is always being aware, being cautious all the time do help you out quite a lot in those strategies as well. And this is what you need to do if you want to stay alive in the late games, and if you don't want to get backstabbed. Always be aware, always be cautious of your surroundings. Even if you think it's clear, make sure you're clearing it again, even after 5 minutes or something, because you never know who has snuck up in those compounds and waiting for you to just walk in their crosshairs. Just make sure you're clearing out those angles almost all the time, and just try and watch your flank, because I've seen so many times when a team engages in a fight, they just completely tunnel vision a certain spot and they just forget about their backs, and this is where they get backstabbed.
Yeah, you know what? The tunnel vision, you have to be, you have to be prepared for those stuff. If you're engaging in some fights, just be prepared for those third parties. Just be prepared for those surprise factors, because any team can do wonders. Any player can literally do wonders if he decided to take you down, if he decided, if he has a different plan, if he has something in his mind. But right now, we can see Voltrock, he has a killing suit. If it's going to be an open circle, he has a plus point.
He definitely has a plus point. For now, I mean, the circle is pretty much open. Doesn't seem like it contains a lot of compounds inside it. So it's going to be an interesting one, because Max, as we can see, they're pretty much out in the open, and this is where things might just not be looking good for that squad. Because we do know things sometimes, especially in the open grounds, it's all about luck. If you get spotted by enemy team, it's pretty much done for you. You cannot really be doing much. While we also see Shazam being taken down from the squad of Team Qwerty. Khan as well, and stealing pressure onto them from the longer range. One knockout already found. The rest of the teammates seems like they're going to be taking an exit, because they realize prioritizing position more than resing your teammate is important. But here we have NFP as well, kind of playing it out safe. One player did get knocked out, but without any trouble, will be getting the rest back up.
So yeah, the backup is here, as well as the team is prepared. On the other side, Gully Boy literally doing a lot of jobs, taking a fight with the players of Portal Esports and Team FTF. This team is hungry for some kills, but it looks like they are in a bit of trouble because Team STDX, they got a good hold on this fight, and the last player from the side of Team STDX Serious reviving his knocked out teammates. After this, I think so they are going to convert those knocks into kills. Wolverine, he has an AWM and he literally popped out one hit. Knockout. Secured a knockout.
Secured a knockout for himself. For now, we still have QR kind of asserting dominance inside the game. Here and there, Nate's lopped in as well. Want to make sure they're getting themselves at least knockout. That would buy them enough time to, waste it on their teammates as well. And then maybe think about a plan. Because the team that is right in front of them, FTF being the one, they're not really giving them enough room to think about anything. The vehicles that they have are pretty much smoking as well. A lot of shots has been taken on them. TES seems like they have 0x locked on their sights. Not going to be letting them go away that easily. I like how Lovely have positioned himself. Just unless if he doesn't get shot in his back.
So you have to be careful, right? He has to be careful. But right now, NFP just only 2 minutes surviving. Shazam, okay, it's just they are just engaged in the fight with one of the most deadliest team, the team Qwerty. Destroyer, he got knocked out, but I don't think so that revival is going to be there because right now they are going to focus on those kills with circle going to close, and after 30 seconds, Hacker, he has that TP. RZx7E secured 2 kills. We still have 20 teams alive, 35 players in the lobby. Still waiting for that 6th circle. Teams are literally playing on the edge of the safe zone. This is one of the best strategy, but it could go either ways.
Definitely, without any doubt. For now, it's a pretty much peaceful environment in the map of Erangel. Nothing really happening much. A lot of teams are not really moving hard line. Finally see a team making a massive rotation inside the circle as well. While we have RZ as well, kind of firing shots here and there on the players of NFP. Not really able to connect any shots, but still, I'm pretty sure the connection will be found soon. While we have Renegades as well, lost their sights on the players of Team 40. One is out in the open, pretty questionable push coming out from the side of Wartrix. You should not be out in the open so much that you're just going to let Renegades get those easy free kills for themselves. Khan as well, kind of in a massive trouble. Just has a rock for himself. Also took quite a lot of damage on his process. Shazam, the last man alive. He has all the pressure on his shoulders. A beautiful nade lopped in. Finds the right moment to strike. Finds the right moment to rotate. Going to be making that rotation. And that nade is going to be enough to take them both down. A beautiful, brilliant nade coming out from inside.
And you know what? Hitman from the side of RZ7E literally living up to his name. Dished out a lot of damage from the long range. Pinned down the players in an open circle. That's the best thing. Hacker, he sees some amount of damage, but he is going to heal himself up. Hitman switched in more scene. He has an 8x attached onto it. Playing again on the edge, as I just mentioned. Teams are literally playing on the edge to be on the safe side. But 0x taken exit from the lobby at 9th position. Hacker is positioned again. It has been compromising. He sees a lot of damage. So 5th circle closing in. This team, the players have to move inside the circle 15 meters far away from the circle. Arkadians still alive, still showcasing the presence. Gambler knocked out one player, but the kill confirmation is not yet here because the distance is quite a lot.
Distance is quite a lot. We just have RZ over here chugging on some energy drinks. Maybe you'll get enough energy to just mow down the entire lobby. Before he puts right in the back lines. He has found the right moment to strike, taking him down without any trouble. We have Max D as well. The Slayers punishing their opponents in their line of sight. They will be taking him down. Rahi does realize the back lines is not really safe. Should not be peeking out in the open just like that. He did hear some gunshots going down previously. Team Qwerty was the one who's in the back lines. Portal Esports just did a massive squad wipe with that third party coming in from their side as well. Nocto under fire, under pressure as well, needs to make it back to his safety in time. Almost gets taken down, but he is finally back in safety for now.
And you know what, Nocto, he has no vest. He has a level 3 helmet, but it almost it is 80% damage. So yeah, Nocto is not in a good position. Team STDX, the players are still surviving, but not for so long, because Dread is the one just going to end this story. Got eliminated at the 7th position. Dread spotted down the players of TeamTES. They are still not sure that where are the players hiding. Nocto still waiting for that perfect thing, perfect opportunity, lobbing some more smokes to make an extra cover. All the 4 players are alive, secured, only 2 kills, but still looking for a bit strong. Right, he's doing a good job, just out a lot of damage. Wolverine again with an AWM shot, knocked out 1 player.
He's knocked out 1 player for now. Portal Esports not really looking good in the position they have currently. They need to make sure they're being as safe as possible, because there is 1 more team, actually 2 more team right next to them. They're kind of getting sandwiched from the right lines and from the front lines. This is where the Slayers are moving from the bushes. I like how Dread is moving here, covering that bush line as well. Bush does have a little height, so even if you have a backpack, it'll be covered by the bush for the time being. We have TES locking their horns against the players of Team Qwerty. Wolverine being the man who has a decent cover. He has recoil as well, and even the tree for his cover. But again, out in the open, kind of exposed. If Portal Esports decide to move on the right side, they're going to be racking up quite a lot of kills.
Sure, they are going to rack a lot of kills. But now, if we talk about the stats, Portal Esports, the stats favoring them, because they have the highest amount of players alive. Dread, your position has been compromised, almost on the verge of elimination. And yup, youngsters, they got eliminated at the 5th position, and we still have Dread alive. Come on, Alian, you can take him down. And yup, Alian did the same thing. The Slayers take an exit at the 4th position. Now it's a 4v3v1 situation, I think so. And yeah, because 1 player already got knocked out. Portal Esports doing a lot of job. Qwerty, Wolverine, and Khan. The distance is not that much, but the pressure is a lot.
Pressure is still quite a lot. We have Alian as well, lobbing in some Molotovs. Quite a questionable move from his side. Wolverine seems like finally he's taking some damage even from the back lines. Did realize Portal Esport is right there. TES are making a plan to make the push onto the players of Team Qwerty. Wolverine kind of changing his position, moving out, finally moving a muscle here and there. While TES, they need to make it inside the circle. Do they have enough utilities for that? That is a massive question. Because rotating inside the circle too late, this late in the game, sometimes can actually be pretty detrimental for your squad. Team Qwerty might just get backstabbed, because there is Portal Esports right posted up, right for success on those hilltops. They're waiting for the right opportunity. They're waiting for them to step out in the open, and this is where Portal Esports will just probably mop them up.
Yep, it might happen, but right now, Team TES, the players are unaware of the fact. I think so. They are unaware of the fact that they are 40 meters far away from the safe zone. In the 7th circle, 40 meters is quite a lot. As I just mentioned, that players are going to spot you down. And Khan, he got spotted down by the players of Portal Esports. I think so. This is going to be a hot and grilled chicken dinner served onto their plates. Portal Esports only, they have to kill only 1 player, and that is Wolverine. Switch to an AWM, spotted down 1 player. I think so. He's going to knock out 1 player, but no, could not able to do that, because Insane with his incredible, insane spray going to secure a chicken dinner for themselves. How many points they secured? What do you think? 21.
Portal Esports, I mean, well, there you go. That's your chance. That's your right there. They didn't really secure quite a lot of points, but still a decent number. 21 points in their pocket. I mean, that's going to be helping them a little on the leaderboards as well. Of course, moved up to 5th position in the overall ranking. That's a massive stat in itself. I mean, being on top 5, Portal Esports has done it, and certainly in the upcoming games, I'm pretty sure they're going to be moving up quite a lot, much more. With 6 total kills and 21 points and 1,478 damage as well. I mean, these are pretty decent stats.
Yeah, pretty decent, almost 1500 damage, we can say that. But the shots from the side of Wolverine was so good. Whenever whenever we look at the kill feed in the 5th or the 6th circle, he is always in the kill feed, popping out some heads with his incredible shots. But you know what? Using that, using an AWM in a 1v3 situation, it's not a good thing. But yeah, he tried his level bit, but he tried his level best. But we have the MVP of the match. Gambler is the one secured
Wow.
that title. 9 kills. Whoa.
Wow. That was a banger of a game for Gambler right there. I mean, unfortunately, they didn't really win the game, but I mean, hey, Arkadians again, proving themselves that they have the caliber to be one of the best teams in this entire competition. Solo Man got 9 kills for himself. Gambler seems like finally his gambling is showing luck, and he's winning some massive bets over here. And it seems like 807 damage for himself. I mean, I already like the name Gambler. You know, it just sounds pretty badass.
Yeah, true, and he is just showcase the same thing, But on to the other side, Wolverine with the highest damage, 1250 with 5 kills secured. As well as we can see, Sirius is also in the fray with 770 damage, and Khan is also at the 4th position, the top list with 4 kills secured. Not his name. Arkadians, this kind of performance we expect from their side. You know what? One of our closest friend and the OG caster, Super Johnny, he mentioned that thing before the final, before the day 4 start, that Arkadians, they are going to perform well, and yep, they did the same thing.
Exactly, did the absolute same thing, and it seems like they just have been doing pretty good. Arkadians overall is a good team, and we do know that as well. But somewhere down the line, sometimes just things just hold them back, and even in the overall ranking, I think so, they weren't really looking good. Now I want to see after this game where they have posted themselves up, at least in the top 9, would be pretty interesting.
Yep, it will be delightful to see that. But right now, if we talk about Black Demons, Acceleration, Rules Breaker, bad outing from their side, but we have to refresh our memories. So for that, let's have a look at the Oppo F90 Pro movements. This was the fight in which Black Demons take an exit, and that was not a good move from the side of Team Arkadians. But despite of that fact, they still secured decent amount of kill points, and Renegades could have won that fight just because of that open overexposing themselves cost them a lot.
Exactly, costed them quite a lot there. These kind of fights, in the end, RC did get kind of backstabbed, and then Portal Esports just absolutely mopped them up, and they got the entire quad wipe for themselves. I like how patiently Portal Esports played that out. Even though they knew they had the numbers advantage, they still held their horses, played it out as safe as possible, try to be patient, and this is exactly what it showed. Patience pay off in the future times. And now Arkadians moved up in top 8. They are looking pretty decent.
Yup, pretty decent. Without securing a single chicken dinner, still in the first page of the overall ranking. Come on, man, you have to appreciate this team. But let's have a look at the second page of the overall ranking. Freestyle on the 9th position with 74 points. Starboard Esports doing a pretty decent job with 71 total points on the 10th position. So these are the top 16 teams who are in a good position at this moment, because they still have, I think, 4 games left for themselves. Now, the teams who are on the 17 till the 32nd position, they have to work on their plans. The teams who are on the 17 till the 24th position, they still have a chance. They still have their hopes high to finish in the top 16, because they are not that far away. But the chances are not that low.
Exactly, chances are not that low for sure. As you did mention, hopes, man, hopes. Especially imagine the fans, some of these teams that are in the bottom. I'm pretty sure the fans do have some higher hopes going in for them. But sometimes, just the unlucky moments hit, and you just cannot overrule them, and you just got to work out on it. Maybe try to find a way around it, figure out a way around it. I'm pretty sure where there's a will, there's a way, and you'll probably find a right sweet spot for yourself, tune yourself in the between. And I'm pretty sure in the future, you will find success.
Yep, you surely find the success. We have the team card of Qwerty Esports. Joker has the highest amount of damage, 2691. And we can say Insane has the highest amount of kill per match, 1.38. No, it's okay. It's moved to 1.57. My bad. So yeah, it's a good thing, Necro. It's a good thing because if your KPM is awesome, if your KPM is good, if your KPM is amazing, then you are an amazing person.
Exactly. You are a beast of a person, not just amazing. You're beast. You're an absolute beast,
True.
monster, demon, whatever you want to call it. You know, all those words, which just people slay out. Grim Reaper is probably one of the best you can describe them as. But then we have Wolverine coming in, kill leaders of the entire thing over here. 27 kills for himself, Wolverine. I mean, wow. I'm kind of surprised. Destroyer kind of a little behind Wolverine there. I mean, I expected Destroyer to be on the #1 because the way he was fragging out since the past, it has always been impressing me, fascinating me, and I'm pretty sure even the viewers that are watching are kind of fascinated by this iconic man.
But you know what? Despite the fact, what, the kill are still, they are very close to each other if we talk about the kill points, but the damage. Almost 6,000 damage, Wolverine. As you just mentioned, Grim Reaper, Beast, whatever you want to call him. Yep, he's just showcasing the same thing. And I would love to call the person Gambler. Just securing 9 kills in a single match. Wow. If you can do that in a single match, you can literally repeat the history again and again and again and again. But this is the end of the day just for today. Tomorrow we'll be come back stronger, basically with some new teams, but with a different outcome for sure. So we'll take an exit. Till then, take care, stay safe, and stay sanitized.